Hold up. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocketeer and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they notice. I kick in doors, they only hope for closing ride. Cause they know I go again. And when they get it dry, I'm the one that can make it flow again. Talk to me nice, my team they ready to go again. Running into us, we're glad we send you home again. Yo, we don't talk, better know the grind gon' match my walk. I'm a cheat code, I don't take no loss. Making no sense, run up the scope. Cause all I do is win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I'm winning again and it's all
Red is on the beat.
Yo, gabago over here. You guys asked for it. It's the three amigos, the three bearded men tonight. Pete's rocking the beard today.
It's looking sexy too, though.
It's the off-season beard going for Pete over here. Simonetti is back. What Bronx or nothing? It's been a while, chat. What is up? We got 154 guys. How's it going?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
I tell you what, bro. I'm enjoying my. This is the first show on the new setup, and it is sexy. Let me tell you, the screen is so fucking big. I feel like I'm with you guys right now.
Chat. Pete got a new computer. He made sure to be smart enough and got everything that's white, so it doesn't. The stains don't match out this time. He's so excited.
A little racism to start the show. Okay.
No,
the white guy. Okay.
Went right over his head. Everything's white, you know. Got excited. You know? His desk is about to rise in a few, you know.
It's gonna rise, baby.
Oh man.
But chat, what is up, everybody tonight in the chat? Welcome to the Bronx or Nothing. We got Louis Simmons in here, Shane McNeil, Caleb Cash. What up, my guys? We got Scott Wright, Uncle Dom. How was did Uncle Dom get on the table again in this last brunch?
Let me tell you something. He was well behaved, but he told me some stories. He told me some stories, bro. Let me
back
tell you
in what Mickey Mantle? The Mickey Mantle days?
Forget Mickey Mantle. This guy, Uncle Dom, is a Mac. Let me tell you something right now.
On.
Uncle Dom was macking a waitress in there. She was blushing so hard. She was like, let me just give this guy everything right now. I said, calm down, honey. Take it easy, Ove. Uncle Dom's a Mac. He's a Mac.
Come. Damn it. Pete, you had to drink water right quick. Listen, shout out to Uncle Dom. We got Anthony Garcia, still Bronx Bomber 86 in here. Jason Lang, Macho King. That's what I was waiting for. And Kamale, Gary Fake. Hey, listen, 205 in here. I know the stove hasn't been hot. It's not going to be as hot as it was because there's one guy that everybody's waiting to sign. But we are going to give our thoughts on the lingering news or the lack of news of that. But let's start off, guys. I want to start off the show because, you know what I'm saying? There's a guy, right, that nobody expected that came out of left field. Everybody went and honestly, we thought the season was over when Garrett Cole got hurt. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We were in spring training. Our reactions are there. We thought the shit went out the season went out the window. And there's a guy who came out of left field who I knew was gonna have a decent season, but I didn't expect him to have this type of a start. And he won the Rookie of the Year, well deserved. I know Cohen Cowser and him split some first place votes, but there's no, to me, Luis Hale pitching, and the Yankees desperately needed that, and he had a stretch where he was unhittable. Shout out to our guy, King of the Hill, Luis Hale, Cabito, en la casa, ya tú sabes, Rookie of the Year of the American League. Let's go clap it up for Mr. Luis Hill.
Oh, clap it up, baby. Well deserved, man. Well deserved. I'll be honest. I was a little concerned about the whole Colton Cowser thing. I just felt like he was gonna, I felt like there was a chance Colton Cowser was gonna win. I think it ended up being Hill, Cowser, Wells is the way it went, right? It was 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
In that order. But he was awesome, man. Look, when a starting pitcher is able to do what he did, he deserves that award. What was it? 150 something innings, 170 something Ks, 3.50 ERA around that. The guy was awesome, man. And the good thing for the Yankees is they got him for years to come, and you'd expect he's only gonna, continue to improve on what he's done. We got a super chat too. David Douglas says, "You three are the best out there." Okay, appreciate you. Thank you.
We're the best around.
He knows ball. He knows ball.
Where's it at? Hold on.
Let
me see if
Smack it.
Do I remember my soundboard? Here it is.
It's a new system, guys. Give him a day or two. Only thing I wanted to say about Louis Hill, man, y'all already know that's my guy. Love Louis Hill, big Louis Hill guy. And if you look at the votes, like Kev already alluded to, it was a little bit close, but I put it like this. If you switch the halves of the season, if you switch his first half with his second half, it wouldn't have even been particularly close. The only reason that Cowser started to get a lot of first place votes is because in the second half you saw Louis Hill falter a little bit, had to miss a start here and there, a little bit of fatigue set in, things like that. But if you flipped it, say he started out really cold and finished the second half the way that he started the season, he would have ran away with this thing. This is much deserved.
Yep.
There's no argument. The only ones you're going to hear arguing are the people butthurt in Boston that Abreu didn't even get a shot, and the people in Baltimore who've been complaining for 2 months now. They just got to complain at this point. I mean, there's nothing else for them to do. It's not like their team did anything in the playoffs.
Why?
So, give it to them. That's what they got.
Yeah. Wyatt Langford had a nice season too from Texas. Listen, the finalist thing.
He did.
We could go around the league where there were some guys that got snubbed. Lindor got snubbed as a finalist as well. Like it happens, but
Abreu got snubbed.
Abreu as a finalist.
Oh yeah, William Abreu got snubbed. I talked about that yesterday a bit. Definitely, no, he should have at least been mentioned. He got.
Listen,
he had to at least be a
would he have
finalist.
beat Louis Hill?
Austin, I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Austin, yeah, and that's my thing. Austin Wells did decline. He got in the slump, so I don't know why he's there catching. Maybe the position has to do with it. Running that, he technically did run the pitching staff. That's stuff that people don't look at. That doesn't come up on the spreadsheet. So you get the tangibles there. But listen, Luis Hale, 150 plus innings. Like Pete said, 170 strikeouts, 171. He finished up with the ERA plus of 117. Man, listen, the walks only thing that, again, there were 77, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that the more this guy continues to pitch, that'll come down. And I gotta shout out my guy because there was a stretch where Luis Hill had a ERA under 2 or 1. I think it was May, June, something like that. It was incredible. So he came up big for the Yankees. And for him not to pitch as much innings as he's never pitched as much, and he did, and then he also pitched in the postseason. I mean, come on, my God, we couldn't ask for more from Louis Hill this year.
Agreed, man. Yeah, he was perfect for the Yankees, and I'm excited to see what he's able to do next year.
Yep, and that gives the Yankees more flexibility, what we can talk about a little later down the line. But the Yankees also had some news today. By the way, my man rocking the dreadlocks and the beard over there in DR.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you saw that, the extensions. Listen,
they had it waiting for him when he got off the plane.
Little things like, I mean, we saw some of his cousins and his brothers, like they all rock that asphalt flow. You know what I'm saying? So,
claro.
I gotta say something. This is when I see stuff like that is where I say, like, man, I wish the Yankees maybe do a little, at least with the hair.
Yeah.
I get the beard, but let them have a little hair. You know what I'm saying, going on. But shout out to Luis Hill. He's having fun in DR. Out there and celebrating. So we do have some more news when it comes to the Yankees. Rule 5.
Oh shit!
The man, the myth, the legend, the guy that says that. I mean, nobody knew, but Kev over here.
Jesus Aguilar.
Listen, I think I drove Pete nuts talking about Caleb Durbin at one point.
Oh, that's my derby.
Listen, El Rayo is what I'm gonna call him. I hope he gets some time tonight. By the way, El Rayo.
Okay, that means the
Lightning.
tortoise.
No, El Rayo, Lightning.
I was gonna say, isn't that Jose Siri's nickname?
Oh yeah. Oh shit, you're right.
I
That's
learned new
Siri's
names.
nickname.
Bahalo.
Yeah, you're right. So
Little Bajalo Poquito.
Bahalo
Rayo-
Poquito.
El Rayo Blanco, then the white.
There you go. I like that.
That's the white lightning.
I could work with that. White Lightning is dope. White Lightning is dope.
Oh man,
They
shout
used
out
to
to
call
Caleb
Pete that
Durbin.
back in the day.
Oh, I tell you,
Oh,
they called.
shit.
Let me tell you something. They called me something. All right.
Listen, the Yanks pick up on the 40 man. They pick up Caleb Durbin, Jesus Rodriguez, and they take away Carson Coleman from the Texas Rangers, which is a little there at the bottom there. Now, a lot of people didn't mention that. Another relief pitcher there. So I got to pull up who the Yankees lost. Any big names you think that we lost, Pete? Let me see. Actually,
Who did? I don't think so. I think wasn't Messenger supposed to be on there? Zach Messenger. I could definitely see somebody picking him up.
yes, I think Zach Messenger was on there as well. I could definitely see somebody picking him up. Let me see. But what do you guys think? I want to get your thoughts on, I don't know, I mean, about Caleb. He had an amazing Arizona Fall League. The thing that I saw Caleb and in spring training that I really liked, which is something that this team lacked, and we saw that it does make a difference, is speed and agility and hustle. This guy is one of those ball players. Funny enough, he's the same height as Altuve, but I kind of call him mini Altuve because he still looks smaller. But it's like he plays with that grit. He's a ball player. You know what I'm saying? Like, he plays ball. He's one of those guys that shows up to the field, and you know he's a ball player. Yeah, so I'm excited for him. I want to know what Francis, you start off. What do you guys think about Durbin and then Pete?
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing bad I can say about him. He's a guy who, to be honest with you, ever since listening to you earlier in the year, I was like, I got to take a deeper look at this kid, just because, I mean, from what I had seen going into it, it's like, yeah, another prospect, a lot of tools, let's see. But I mean, the way Kev was talking about this guy, I was like, no, you got to take a look at him. Los corroborated it also. I said, all right. The more you look at it, the more you look at him, there's a lot to like. He finished the season down in the minors. I think he hit over a 324 average, OPS 820 plus. Like, those are numbers that I love. But then when you factor in the athleticism on top of that, and then the point that Kev just made, the fact that he's a baller. Like, he's one of those guys you look at him and you could tell, like, this guy is gonna freaking annoy the shit out of us today. Like, if you're looking at him on the opposing team, he's one of those. So shouts out to him. He won the Breakout Player Award at the Arizona Fall League. He's doing phenomenal. I did tell Pete the other day, so I'm gonna say it here because I can't be a phony. The fact that his name has been regurgitated so much though these first couple weeks into the offseason makes me think not too good things for his future as a Yankee. But shouts out to him and the production that he's put up so far.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you. Look, we talked a lot about Durbin last year. Matter of fact, tomorrow, Los is going to be doing a lot of talking about Caleb Durbin also and what he knows about him. And we heard a lot of it last year, man. A good bat the ball guy, great speed, very good at second base. Doesn't have a good arm, but at second base, so kind of hides the arm over there. That's why I've been against the idea of people going put Jazz back at second. Nah, man, let Jazz learn third because the guy got an absolute cannon. I love him at third base. But Caleb Durbin's the type of guy that, you could blend in with the rest of this club, especially if they get Soto back. Yep. And you could go cheap at that position and maybe be a little shocked about how good he could be. So he's one of those guys to definitely keep an eye on. But I am, as it stands right now, this is not a knock on Caleb Durbin. I just kind of get those Bubba Crosby vibes, and I'm not comparing him as a player.
Oh no.
No. Listen. Brian Cashman's statement. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. No,
remember when they got Dame and all, but we got Bubba Crosby went good in center field. He kind of talked him up a lot. And I get it. They just put him on the 40. 100% understand. I get it. Wouldn't shock me if they did something like that, I hope. But it also wouldn't shock me if he's part of a deal somewhere.
Yeah, and listen.
I'm not comparing Bubba Crosby to Durbin, people.
No, just the rhetoric surrounding him has been similar.
It's just Cash hyping him up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
exactly.
when he was having a really good season in the minors already.
Yes.
And there was times where DJ got hurt, where I thought that they would give the kid the shot. He looked better than Vivas at the time.
Yep.
He had the flexibility where he could play left field as well. So that's something that the Yankees put a lot of value into. So I thought that we were going to see him for a couple, and maybe he can make his mark this year and be on and help this team. But the Yankees got Jazz, and we all know what happened after that. Jazz had a great second half with the Yankees. So shout out to Caleb Durbin to staying on. If he stays on if the Yankees go a route where they're gonna either have him play third or give Jazz third and him play second. I am still confident. I think this kid is gonna be a really good. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's not an all-star or superstar, but he's gonna be a good player. You're gonna see solid defense, great base running, speed and agility.
That's
Something you
important for the
didn't see
Yankees. I was about
from
to say,
Glaber.
man.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, man. The base running alone. We saw what Jazz and Volpe do on the base paths. You know, adding more of that is very important if you're the Yankees. And it's funny because I know we're gonna get into the big name that everybody is waiting to hear about soon. And I think knowing there's young players available like that does help.
Yes, sir. And we got a super chat from our guy,
Oh,
Jeff J.
oh,
Jeff J says, and again, no notice that my fam was on. Oh, what the fuck,
YouTube, man, they're
¿Qué
fucking with me,
pasa,
bro.
hermanos? Yo, they fucking with us. Oh, no,
Fucking
no. See,
with
now
the
we're gonna
U,
get shadow banned
oh,
again.
we're done.
And we got our guy, David Douglas. All right.
What the
I would
hell
like
was
to.
that?
I don't know.
How
I would
did
like to see. I would like to see Vivas get a chance. Trade for Bellinger. Oh, I'll let you. That has been mentioned. Listen, Vivas and Vivas is solid too. I just like that Caleb looks. Caleb can play multiple positions. I think that's where Caleb gets the kick, and then he plays left field, which the Yankees love to do that type of stuff. But the bat to ball for Caleb is above Vivas at the moment. So
Yeah.
he's a gap to gap guy with great speed. So he could do marvelous things for the Yankees, especially stealing bases. He stole 29. He passed the record by 6 or 7. It was wild. So you guys have heard the Bellinger rumors. Before we get into the big extension or resign.
Oh, this guy.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
Shout out to 50-year Mike, right? Holding down 8 rounds.
Damn. Come on, Mike. Okay, Mike. Okay, Mike.
But what do you guys think? I mean, I hear the Bellinger rumors, but I don't think that's something the Yankees are looking for.
Yeah, I don't think so. We also had another super chat here by Robert Pineda. Okay, related to former Yankee Michael Pineda. Okay. Great job, fellas. Appreciate you, my guy. But I don't know, man. Is there a possibility they could work out some sort of deal where the Yankees are losing the salary of Marcus Stroman? I don't know. But that's the only way I think it's somewhat feasible is if they're able to do something like that and maybe move Nestor also. But I think his contract is still pretty large for 1 year when it comes to Bellinger. So they'd have to make some sort of room. I don't necessarily see that being a legit option.
Me neither.
Especially not when there's like Carlos Santana that can be had for a lot less money.
Bingo!
So it's like
I love Carlos Santana, by the way.
Yeah,
that is just growing on me.
And he that's damn.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Oh no! Oh my God! Hey yo! Wow!
LeBron came out quick. Damn. You would have thought Bronny. You would have thought Bronny was on a
Oh, he likes himself a Diddy party.
Oh, he likes a Diddy party. He's a big.
But yeah, I don't think there's validity to Cody. I know first base is a need, but there's a multitude of options that the Yankees could go this year. And ladies and gents, and if Soto doesn't end up being here, I think they make a real big push for the other guy, DC My House.
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next year. So I don't think
that one.
Yeah, I don't think the Yanks will go Bellinger this year, and I don't think they'll trade chips away for that. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Oh, the meat and potato. Are those potatoes?
I like potatoes.
Mango. I'm having some mango tonight, Pete.
Oh, you're so lucky, bro.
Yes.
I've only drank water like the last since I got back from New York, bro. I got to drop like 15 pounds, and I got to do it quick. That Milano Market sandwich, it destroyed me.
Shout out to you guys going there. That video, that interview was amazing. The food there looks insane. I can't wait to try that out.
One sandwich, you give it to 7 people.
Literally.
Jesus Christ, bro.
You
Yeah,
buy
man.
One sandwich, you feed a family for a week.
The dude put 14 cutlets on one sandwich.
Insane. How do they stay in business?
I don't know.
Giving out so much food, but listen, great food. And in today's age with inflation and everything, some places give less food and they charge you more.
They give you more over there.
Yep, and Milanos they give you more to make sure you're happy and content. So shout out to them. Shout out to the on-site interview, which is gonna be, I think, you guys seen it. It's an amazing what these two guys do out here when they go on site. Very entertaining, especially Pete eating gabagool. I don't know what that was about, but that was very funny. But
that's my prosciutto.
It's prosciutto. Okay. Right before we get in there, we got David Messier. Did I say it right?
I have no idea.
David Miser.
God, Messier. Messier.
Like
Messier
Mark
doesn't
Messier.
almost.
Languages.
Almost.
You speak
The
two languages. The
jacket.
jacket. He speaks 2 languages.
I kind of.
That's what Jira tells me all the time. She's like, yeah, but I speak 2 languages. Shut up.
We get our last names mispronounced all the time, so I think I have to do it. I have to do it all the time.
I used to get Simonelli.
That's my excuse.
I always think, how'd you get Simonelli? Like, where's the L?
Somebody said the other day, Pete Simonella. I'm like, what the fuck?
Pete Simonella. Damn, they're trying to kill me over here. They're trying to kill me.
I remember. I'm old enough to remember the Salmonetti Source days.
Oh yeah, if you couldn't get that name right.
The Salmonetti Source.
The Simonella. The Simonella Source. It's gonna be.
All right, so we got. What do you guys think? Could we trade for Bohm at third and make Chisholm go to second?
No. Don't. Jazz is a third base. Why does everybody want to move Jazz? The dude got a cannon. Why would you want to waste it at second base?
And why do the Phillies do that?
The Phillies want to move. The Phillies want to move guys. If they trade Bohm, they got to attach one of the contracts that they want to get rid of, like Castellanos maybe or something like that. Because I think they're trying to move. I think they're trying to get in for Soto, dude. I think they are. You can never count Philly out. They're a dark horse. Yeah, they're trying to move guys around. They're trying to clear some payroll because they're really tapped out up there.
Him and Bryce back to back would be wild.
What? Oh, Soto and Bryce?
Soto and Bryce would be wild back to back, bro.
That's insane.
Would be wild, man.
But I would entertain that if we could somehow get Realmuto out here.
Kev,
I would love to see Realmuto at catching.
By the way, you broke some news today. You broke news today about Soto. Apparently, he's having another meeting. Surprising.
Not to me, it wasn't.
Well, I know, but when I saw this, I said, "Holy shit! Look at this."
Yeah, the Yankees. I mean, not the Yankees. After that meeting, it was told that the Dodgers got a meeting, the Phillies got a meeting, but a real dark horse.
It's a dark horse.
All right, guys. Straight from the Dominican Republic, Las Águilas Ibaeñas.
Wow.
They got a look. They got the outfield tag already on it.
Yes,
look at this.
Yes.
They got everything over there. The rumored contract is to be a 700 gazillion pesos Dominicanos because it just comes out so much money.
It's like that's like $425 a year, folks.
And part ownership of the Águilas as well. So and having Miguel Tejada drive you to and from the stadium every day.
They trying to sign him
the cherry on top.
They trying to sign it with a 6-month Golmao gift card. Fuck out of here.
No.
So Soto is taking meetings with everybody, bro.
Yo, that everybody had me when I saw that earlier. That shit had me absolutely crying. And by the way, Francis, I'm sorry to tell you, I think Kev has brought me to that side of the field.
Yes. Let's go, bro.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, we got a great manager too, Yadi Molina, bro. And I know Pete loves good managers, man.
I love me, Yadi. Matter of fact, can we do something else real quick? Everybody, wait. We're gonna talk Soto. We promise over here, but I want to say one more thing.
Pete, check those standards real quick.
Oh what? Oh, okay. I gotta get into it a little more. I know. Now, by the way, I think Miggy Andujar is Miguel Andujar with them.
No, he's really safe. He's with the blue team.
He's with us. That's right.
By the way, we're winning 2-1 right now in the fifth. But
it's early.
Good, Look, Kev, you got to be happy that I'm actually trying to balance the power here because Jordan and Francis are Lisey guys.
Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to,
trying to balance
by
us
the way,
out.
I got a beef going on too with the whole Boone situation and choosing Booney. Come on. Over his own child.
Wait
I
to
mean,
tell
that's
Jordan.
absolutely nuts. But
I
we'll
can't
have
wait
that
to tell
conversation.
Jordan this. Okay, Jordan, do you realize?
Oh, I
you
hope
pushed
so.
him
Tell him. I'll tell him right now.
to the sea. Wow.
By the way, speaking of telling,
he was coming in the right direction.
speaking
All right,
of,
he was
hey
gonna be a
yo.
Come.
Not like
Well, speaking
Let's
of this,
relax.
hold on a second. Speaking of excellent managers, I gotta be honest with you real quick, everybody. I'm a little upset Mendy didn't win the National League Manager of the Year.
he got robbed.
He got
Yeah, they
robbed.
gave it to
Mendy
Milwaukee.
got robbed.
What
Mendy
is
got
up with
robbed.
that? Mendy
Big
got robbed.
NYYU fan, by the way. Mendy got robbed.
Mendy,
The U
Mendy,
loves Mendy.
Mendy, what are you doing? You got robbed.
You shouldn't have
Bro.
got robbed. I put out a tweet as soon as they announced it. I said, "Listen, shouts out to Pat Murphy. I know a guy who beat him when it mattered most in his first season." I'm just saying.
And the Mets, I mean, to be fair, the Mets was kind of like in that transition year. The man
They
went
were
all
the
the way
best.
to the
The
NLCS.
Mets- Look, three
Come
Yankee
on,
fans
man.
on here. Three Yankee fans on here. None of us are gonna lie. They were like the best story in baseball.
They were there, yeah, no doubt about it.
Like, I don't understand. Like, how do you? I don't know. It's the Brewers. The Brewers did their thing too, but not like the Mets.
No, doing less with more is where I go with their bullpen. The Brewers bullpen
Facts.
has always been nails. You know what I'm saying? William Adames had a career year. I get Lindor had a great year as well, and Pete Alonso. But Pete Alonso started really slow.
Yeah.
Struggled.
He struggled a lot. A lot of Met fans didn't want him. Actually, a lot of Met fans were okay with him leaving until he hit that home run in October. So, Mendy
Yeah, but they
being
still
able
okay with him leaving.
right now they are because Soto's in the they'll take that trade, but Mendy did a lot less, more with less, and I think that's where the manager of the year comes in.
No doubt.
And he was a brand new manager of the year. I mean, in an organization and everything, and he was able to flip that upside down in the transition year. So shout out to Mendy.
400
Eli-
in here, folks. Hit that like button.
Oh, smacking the likey, hitting the subby like you've never
Smacky the likey. Hitty the subby.
done it before. All right, guys. But yeah, so let's get into the meat and potatoes. The guy who took the meeting with the that's not going on anywhere. Don't worry, guys. She's not gonna go over there. All right, it's all right. Yeah, the meeting with the Yankees went very well. We're the only one who got a different. Everybody's else. What was the word that Heyman used?
Impressed.
Yeah, we got it very well. Well, and honestly,
He was very impressed with everybody else's meeting.
yeah, and the
course.
Yankees was very well.
Exactly.
So listen,
I would love to see them one time come out and go, yeah, he just told him that day. Yeah, he's not interested no more.
I want.
I want to see one of those one day.
I want to know what.
He walked out of the meeting.
Hey, he just
Well-
got up and said, I'm done. I'm hungry. Forget this.
So Aaron Boone walked in and Juan Soto just got up and left.
Yeah, can I get one of those? That's what I want to see, one of those for real. Like, I legitimately want to hear one because everything is amazing. Oh,
Steve Cohen had Alaufa dressed as Grimace, and Juan Soto stood up and left.
yeah. Can you imagine that shit?
Oh man,
Alpha dressed up as Grimace would be hilarious because you know he would get the costume from DR, so it would look crazy. It wouldn't even look like Grimace, bro.
it would look wild. But listen, I'm not gonna hang on to whatever that guy says because
No,
and
definitely
we
not.
all know that he is very, very good friends with Boras,
B.
and he does what he leaks whatever Scotty needs him to leak.
Yep.
I don't know if he gets a little envelope here and there, you know what I'm saying, but or he gets the news way ahead of everybody else, so that's why he does some of the stuff he does, and that's fine. That's where you have sources, you build relationships. I'm not going to hold on to that. This is the best situation for Boras and Soto where everybody is involved and everybody has a good chance because that just brings up the price more. So I'm not going to hold on to that. The Yankees did have him for a year. I do think it was important to meet with him. I disagree with everything Michael Kay and everybody else is saying. When you really want a player, this is the time where the business, the business of baseball has become to an extent where we saw it with the Pirates and we saw it with the Brewers, where they will what did they do? They will cancel a contract and then re-sign a guy to save $400,000. They will not give IKF 3 at bats to pay him an incentive.
Oh, yeah, no,
they would
that's
do
wild.
they would do things like this throughout the year, where at the end of the day, when you're a free agent, it is your time to be the guy where everybody comes to you, because when you're in arbitration, that the teams tell you how bad you are instead of how good you are.
Correct.
So I am sorry. I disagree with Michael K. wholeheartedly. Dance for me. Oh, he has to take a private plane. Oh my God. The fucking billionaire of the New York Yankees has to stop being with his family for one day to go meet with Juan Soto. Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous.
You know how horrible you sound?
It's ridiculous. I've heard so many. I heard every time, like I'm like yesterday during the live, everybody's like, Pete, address Michael K, please. I'm like, what is there to address? It's a bad take. It's a dumbass take. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Some people go, Michael K's that stupid. That's what I believe. Michael K is honestly looking for ratings or something, because it just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't make sense. How can you sit there and go to Yankees shouldn't meet with this guy? Why? Because he was there. What does that have to do with the future? What does that have to do with getting a plan in place? Funny thing is, me and Francis sat here and we told everybody ahead of time what was exactly going to happen in the meeting. Come to find out, it's exactly what happened in the meeting. Soto sat there and said, if I'm on board, what other moves are you guys committed to making? How are we going to progress forward? We literally sat here before there was a meeting in front of all of you, told you exactly what the plan was going to be, what the conversation would be, and bada bing, bada boom, it comes out today that is exactly what Soto was most interested in. That's what Michael K makes no sense. He's not going to sit there and go, well, how are the facilities? Oh, Juan, you played here the whole year. How do we, like, what is the travel like? What am I allowed? What is the clubhouse like? He's going to ask about if this big-ass contract is on board, what do the next 3 to 4 to 5 years look like of being on this team if my contract is added to everybody else's? And that's exactly what happened. This is not hard to understand. It's amazing.
And I get it where they might be looking at the glass half empty, where it's like, well, why is this guy, if he played, why is he making the Yankees go through hoops? Well, wouldn't you want a player that at least knows what the plan is for the next 5 years?
Of course.
Wouldn't you want a player who wants to win instead of just give me, well, how much you're going to give me? So I think, listen, I'm a big K fan. I like K. I understand why at times he's the way he is, but I feel like he's at a point where he's becoming the guy that he used to critique. Mike, you're sounding like Francesa with some of your takes, man. You're all the way Eleni, like you're moving yourself always. You're thinking like a fan. The fans don't know this, booing players. He's been back and forth against the Yankee community, which bro, we haven't won in how long?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Like all this stuff that we're talking about here. At the end of the day, the Yankees want to win, and you got a guy who is as easy as a lock. When I say, if you're gonna make a bet, if I were to make a bet that Juan Soto is gonna play in the playoffs, it's one of the most secure bets. A hit in the playoffs is one of the most secure bets you can make. I don't think there's a bigger lock than Juan Soto hitting in October. You know what's not a lock? Our captain hit it in October. And I'm sorry, you just lost Gleyber Torres, who was one of the top 3 hitters in October. And you're gonna about to lose Soto, and you think the Yankees should just wait and sit? I'm sorry, no. Not the way this team hits in October.
Can't.
Also, I think people get like people like Michael K get a little bit too much on their high horse when they really start talking about these things. You're Juan Soto. You're 26 years old. You're about to sign a contract and commit yourself somewhere for the foreseeable future. Yes, we all know there's likely going to be an opt-out after year 3 or 4, but wherever you're signing, you're going to be there for a little while. And you're hoping that even if you use the opt-out in a couple of years, it's just to get more money from the same people. You're hoping you make the right decision now. Part of making that decision is making sure that the people that you want to be with also want to be with you. You don't marry a chick who doesn't want you. Like, you don't do that. You know, your father doesn't tell you, yeah, son, like, even if the chick doesn't like you, you still put a ring on it and do. Who does that? Nobody does it. So maybe Juan Soto, in his heart of hearts, wants to be a Yankee, enjoyed the shit out of wearing the pinstripes, enjoyed the shit out of playing in the Bronx, enjoyed playing with Aaron Judge, enjoyed being here, enjoyed the fan. Maybe he enjoyed all of it, and he is already decided that he wants to be a Yankee.
Yep.
And all he wants to know is, how bad do they want me, though? Because I might want
that
them,
means something.
but do they want me as bad as I want them? Because I can literally go anywhere. I can pack my shit and go anywhere.
Yeah.
So you go to California, you sit at Boras Corp, and you have them come to you. It's a show. That's all it is. It's a show. Everybody does it. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't a problem when, Garrett Cole had the Yankees by the balls a couple years ago in 2019 when they were all the reports that he prefers the West Coast. He prefers the West Coast. He prefers the West Coast.
That's right.
Soto didn't do the tour of stadiums. He hit a home run in every stadium already. He don't need to see them. He's obviously very familiar with the stadiums.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to see the stadiums anymore. So he had them come to him in California, and I don't see the problem with that.
There is no problem with it. It's Boras' home base. I mean, what is wrong with saying you got to come meet the client that you want to lock in long term? He doesn't have to come begging you. You're supposed to come looking for him. It's like telling a girl, you got to come pick me up tonight, honey. You're trying to court the person. You're the one doing that work.
I'm paying for everything. You drive me to the restaurant.
In this situation, it sounds crazy, right? But in this analogy,
there's no chivalry, Mike. What's going on?
Soto's the girl. Soto's the girl.
Where's the chivalry, Mike? Come on, you're an old school guy, right? I mean, where's the chivalry? Huh?
Yeah, he has a daughter, and he has a daughter. I have a daughter. Listen, somebody come to take your daughter out. The dude better come to the door. I better see him open the door of his car. He better shake my hand. All of that. Well, in this case, that's Soto. So yes. You need to go to his house. You need to open the door. You need to woo him, wine and dine him. All of that. We didn't do that when we traded for him last year. We didn't do that.
Facts.
It was a one year rental.
Correct. And what I'm saying is, again, these players at the end of the day, through arbitration and through when they're signing, when they're being held, Soto didn't go by that because he was a phenom. He came up and played and stayed up here. But I'm telling you, these guys go through a lot. So when they're a free agent, they remember, bro. They remember the team. Oh, you don't remember, but in arbitration, you said that I couldn't. My fastball sucks. Stop throwing it. And today, that's my bread and butter. This, that, and the third. That stays with players. And at the end of the day, when they're a free agent, you're the one interested. You're the one who has to go to them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Also, they don't get to do. Look, this is why I said when the Yankees traded for him last offseason, to sign him to an extension is going to be really difficult because when he was just 1 year away from the whole dog and pony show this offseason. Yep. And at this point, it's very hard for you to tell a guy, listen, don't do the whole thing. You don't do this every year. You don't do this every 2-3 years. This is a once in a lifetime experience that Juan Soto has worked for since he was a child.
Facts.
Sir.
His entire life has been in function of getting to this moment. When he signs the contract, that probably isn't even the happiest moment of it. Right now, this moment with him, his family, his father, his mother sitting there watching all these major league teams fall all over themselves to convince their son that he needs to sign with them, that they're the best place for him. This is what they worked for. Yep. This is what they worked for, and you don't get to do it more than once. If you're great, you get a shot.
Twice.
Some players never even get a shot to do this.
Yeah.
Nope.
They never get a shot to do this. That's why when Judge took the meeting with Sanford, I wasn't losing my shit. Bro,
he's going to be with everybody.
Like, why not? You should, bro. If I had a kid, I would tell my kid to do the same thing. Bro, enjoy it. Enjoy the dinner. Let them take you to fucking Nobu or Catch Steak or whatever, the Tao. I don't know. Let them take you to the best restaurant, get you the best food, get you whatever. I mean, that's probably why Yamamoto took the meeting with the Yankees, even though he was going to sign with the Dodgers.
He had a good meal. You kidding me? He said, "Fuck this. We're gonna have a good meal tonight." And I'm gonna get a Matsui jersey.
Listen, perfect example. Yamamoto came to the Yankees.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
What happened? Another great example. Bryce Harper said he was willing to play first. Did we even make a call?
Nope. We said we had too many outfielders: Brett Gardner and Aaron Hicks.
I'm sorry, man.
Bryce,
you sound disconnected. Yeah, you sound disconnected right now. So let's drop it. We got a super chat though from Damian Lee. Sup, fam? Great Wednesday. First on site now. BX. I need to try an Anthony with the tiramisu over here. Playing social cricket later. Team's best hitter.
Let me tell you something, man. You ain't gonna be playing cricket after you eat that sandwich. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you better save that for after the game, bro.
We also got another super chat from my guy Ra from Real TV. Soto's next meeting is scheduled with Ra and Mike Thompson. Y'all heard it here first. Hey, I love it.
Get the deal done, brother.
It. Yo, make sure you got the famous Thompson cookout wings, bro. Them things were banging, bro.
Oh, they're gonna be some wings.
Man, they're gonna sit there and drink a shit ton of rum and not get nothing done. Ra, we know you. We know what's gonna happen.
Also, we got another super chat from Eric Clariot.
The Mets fan. Here we go.
Pete, you hear about Francesa saying the Mets put a 701 offer out?
I don't give a shit.
Shut up, bitch.
All right, we got. No, man. Thanks for the super chat. We get it. Listen, there's a lot of rumors. A lot of Met fans. Listen,
Francesa though.
Francesa won, and listen, I don't know what people saying that Baerga is normally right on what.
Yeah, I don't remember anything Carlos Baerga's been right on.
Baerga, if you ask Baerga when his birthday was, he would lie to you. Stop listening to that guy.
June
Hacho,
12th?
papi, Baerga, ¿cómo se dice? Caballo, yo sé que tú eres duro, pero yo no sé dónde viene la información. I don't know where these informations are coming from. And
February 8th?
if anything,
De la
you
barbería.
did. I mean, Baerga did say some nasty things about Soto that he had to end up apologizing. I mean, I don't think they're gonna ever give you some Soto news.
His
I'm sorry
camp
for a
is gonna
while.
give him information
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah,
after
Like,
the shit that he said in the Cleveland game. Come
yeah,
on.
so
He ain't never getting that.
Nah.
and we got Nick,
Nick!
over here. I saw an article from Bob Clapshift
Clap shit.
earlier today. Is that what you guys are referring to?
Can I? Yeah, I'll guys. Look, I'm not gonna toot my own Johnson over here, but everything that's everything that has been reported, Fred, we've sat here and told you that we've told you everything already. Let me do a quick summary. He's meeting with everybody. If it really comes down to money, the Mets are likely the favorites. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Cash, the Yankees may go close. They may match. Who knows? But everybody, oh my God, Ken Rosenthal said they're the favorites. Folks, everybody knows they're probably potentially going to have the highest amount of money thrown at Soto. You don't know. So that's why they're saying that. They're not saying that because Soto's camp is going, this is the team he really wants to play for. And this is people really out there giving their best guess because it's been known for a long time that the New York Mets want Juan Soto and Cohen wants to make this happen. So they're going to work their ass off to make it happen. But look, at the end of the day, too, they also wanted Yamamoto. Maybe not as much as they want Soto, but they could have upped the offer on Yamamoto if they wanted to. They didn't. So everybody's sitting there thinking, oh, he's going to go 720, 730. I don't think so. I think everybody just kind of got to dial back here, let this thing play out, and go from there. I know some people are happy about what the Yankees said today. What Bob Clappich put out, that they basically said that, they're all in for Soto and what they talked about. Of course, what are they going to say? They're not all in?
Yeah,
Well,
and at the end of the day, guys, listen, I've gotten to a point where, and I've lived my life like this, expect the worst, hope for the best. I already have that Soto might not. It's not gonna. More than likely, he's not gonna be here. And I even told my son that. Don't even worry about it. I don't think this guy's gonna be here this year. If he ends up being with the Yankees, I'll be ecstatic because I really do want him. And this guy, he's shown that he can play in October. And I think this team desperately needs guys like him with Verbato, who talk the talk and walk the walk, and they back it up.
Yeah.
I as much as I love Judge, man, you can hit 60 home runs, 58 home runs, but in October, if you turn into Jacoby Ellsbury, I don't know what to tell you. So I mean, so this guy, Soto, he's proven it's a bigger gamble to get two guys and pay them $50 million and see if they're going to result into good contracts than to sign Soto. Believe it or not,
He's also a villain.
Soto is a lock.
People don't talk about that a lot. He's also a villain. The Yankees desperately need a villain.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge can't be that guy. Other
likable.
teams,
Yeah.
Soto likes to talk a lot. He does. Look at the analysis of other teams. He's always complaining. This guy. He's always looking at the umpire complaining. I love it. Eric also adds Mets did outbid the Yankees for Yamamoto. And where did he end up? That's
And he
my
ended up on the
point.
Dodgers. Can I say
Eric,
something?
this is a Mets fan. And sorry, Mets fans that are good. This is a Mets fan. You literally just answered my question for me thinking you did something. That's the point.
Look,
That's the point. Doesn't always make the biggest difference.
Don't think that if the Yankees match, he's going to the Mets.
No, the Yankees match the Yankees.
The Cohen go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. 'Cause
No.
I'm changing. I might be going to different subjects.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is, if the money is close with 20, 30 million or even the same, he's staying a Yankee. We've said that before. Jordan said it in the interview with On Site.
Yeah.
The number has to be maybe north of 50, which is why the report, because we don't know, because Cohen allegedly doesn't like to leak stuff. Cohen's willing to go 50 over everybody. Well, if the Yankees were willing to go 600 and Cohen goes 650, I'm the Yankees and I say I'm going all in. I'm giving you 650 because if I'm gonna lose Juan Soto, you're gonna have to pay him more than Ohtani.
It's just a
Like
smart
if I'm
negotiation,
Hal,
man.
yeah, if I'm Hal, and that's why I say that I draw the line because at the end of the day, you're
Bingo.
paying this guy more than Ohtani,
Bingo.
and he doesn't pitch. I mean, I don't know how can you? You know what I'm saying?
When it comes to that amount of money, you have every right to give a deadline because then you're not serious about being here. Because if he was sitting across the table with me, and I look at him and I go, look, they're 50 million over. This is it. I'll give you the 50 million more. Well, but this is signed right now. There is no going back. If you go back, we're out. If you want to be a Yankee, we'll make you a Yankee for life right now. And that's it. That's the way you got to go about it. Because look, I can't be mad at the Yankees. I know people, but they should have just given 75 million more. No. At that point, when the money gets there and you're using us, we're not going to play this game with you at this point with you and Boras. We want you here. We're telling you we want you here. We're not going to do the back and forth. If we give you the amount right now, you need to put the pen to the paper, sign the contract, big boy, and let's go play ball. We're ready to do it.
Listen, I've been holding back like on the stuff with the Mets fans, whatever. And it's not, Clario. I know he's in here a lot. I get it. It's what they do. Fine. They keep bringing up this stuff about Cohen and his money and his wallet and whatever. They keep doing this. They've been doing this for years. All right. You speak about that like that's some kind of badge of honor. I mean, these are the same fans that attacked Yankees fans for years saying that we bought championships. But here's the difference. Yes, the Yankees were paying players more money than other places and organizations could. But those guys wanted to be here. Make no mistake about it. If Soto goes to the Mets, it is only because you were the highest bidder. It's not because he wanted to be there. It's not because he likes Grimace. It's not because he likes the apple. It's not because he likes orange and blue. Don't kid yourself. If he ends up over there, it's because you bid more money and he was a mercenary. And at the end of the day, if that's what it turns out to be, that's what Juan Soto was, and it really was, I want to get every last dollar, every last cent. Shouts out to him. Go get your money, but fuck him. That's where I'm at with it. I love him. Absolutely love him. But I don't like that type of player. I never have. I love him, but I think if you tell me that the Yankees come within, I don't even think they need to match. If you tell them it's 650. I don't think
so either.
If you tell them it's 650 and you go to Hal and you say, Hal, look, they got 650 on the table, whatever. If I'm Hal, I don't go 650. I say, look, Scott, we've done a lot of business in the past. I'm a no-nonsense person. I paid Garrett. I pay my guys. I like to take care of my guys. Here's what I can do for you. 625 over 14 years. That brings us within 25 million. All right? That's the best that I can do. All right? It's a 25 million difference. You and I both know he can make that up in 2 months in endorsements here. 2 months.
And can we also not bullshit, because I had somebody tell me this today. You guys are so confident. Why would there be an opt-out? There's going to be an opt-out. There's going to be an opt-out. It's in the comments. I said I'm not even going to go back and forth anymore.
Bro.
There's not going to... First of all, an agent wouldn't be doing his job, in my opinion, if you don't put an opt-out in this deal.
Correct.
That's the other point. And with this, I finished. You don't go to Scott Boras to get money from Steve Cohen. Nope. Let me explain what I mean. You don't need Scott Boras to get money from Steve Cohen. Since Steve Cohen has taken over the Mets, every high-priced free agent that's been available, there's been rumors that Cohen is willing to pay.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's call a spade here. Because I sat in a couple spaces. I listened anonymously. I didn't feel like talking. And I heard some egregious shit. And I'm here to rectify. We're gonna rectify some shit here, all right? We're gonna rectify some shit.
Oh, he's gonna rectify.
Steve Cohen, it's not hard to get money out of Steve Cohen. You don't need the best agent in the business to get money from Steve Cohen. Ever since he bought the Mets, that's all that anybody's talked about, that he wants to spend money. So you're acting like getting money from him is some feat. It's not a feat, all right? It's like sleeping with a prostitute.
Hey, yo!
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but this is the analogy that comes to me. It's like you're making it look, you're comparing it like it's like, no, bro. He's trying to spend this money. He's been trying since 2020. He's been begging players to take his money. Yamamoto, Otani, here it is. No, you don't want it. Why are we making it look like he went to Scott Boras? Because that's no. You go to Scott Boras so you can get that kind of money from somebody who might be hesitant to give it to you otherwise. That's why you bring in the big guns.
Sign the deal.
You don't.
Francis, no.
Listen,
No, Juan.
listen. What's that voice comes out? I can't. But listen, all I'm saying is these people make it look like, he went to Scott Boras, so he wants his money. That's why the thing with the Mets makes all this sense.
That's nuts, bro.
I'm sorry.
Nuts.
If anything, the Yankees and Scott Boras have a great relationship. The thing is that it's dreadful to deal with Scott Boras.
Yeah,
because
Hal and
Scott,
he definitely have a great relationship.
Yeah, listen, I've heard a lot of people say when Scott Boras calls you when you're about to negotiate, a lot of GMs put the phone down, go have lunch, and come back 20 minutes later, and he's still talking about numbers. So it's a dreadful because he always goes like, and he does. He's good at his job until last year. So this year, there's something else. This year, he has to make up for what messed up last year. Monty kicked him because of the debacle with him and Snell.
That was a
So
mess.
best believe that he's trying to get Soto every penny. And there's one guy, if one of his interviews when he first bought the team is, yes, I don't care about money. Well, they're going to hold your feet to the fire. And I'm sorry as a fan, and I saw this today from the Met fans that we know and that are level-headed and all that. They're like, well, at what point as a Met fan do you be like, well, fuck this guy. If we got to give him $700 million to come to the Mets, why the fuck do we want players like that? And we got to always overspend for you to come over and play to our team.
That's why I fuck with those guys.
At the end of the day, you got to want to build something from your own and also get paid, not just if it's just about the money and you got a bunch of guys that are mercenaries, well, then you got the fucking expendables playing for the Mets. And at what point is that going to – it worked this year because it was supposed to be a transition year.
Yep.
And
exactly
guys gelled.
Right.
And guys gelled and chemistry was built. But you can't build that just throwing money. We know that for a fact. The Dodgers know that. The Dodgers just won their legit first championship after throwing money for years.
And,
so,
one thing, too, for Mets fans, I've been doing this every day, and I keep saying it, it's not a knock. But if I'm the Yankees, I bring this right to the table right now. Teams are very different on paper. That's the rotation. Kodai Senga. I'm sorry, but that means something. I know you could promise me whatever the hell you want. You could sell me a bag of shit in a golden box.
Oh.
And I'll sit there and go, cute. Now I open the box, go, damn, that's shit. This is the problem. I get it. I understand 150%. Steve Cohen could go, look, we're in negotiations with this, that. This is what we want the team to look like. But that's not a guarantee. The Yankees, on the other hand, when Soto's sitting there going, what does the next couple of years look like? Well, I can guarantee you this. This year in our rotation, we have Cole, Rodon, the rookie of the year, Louis Hill, who's a young kid controlled for years to come. Clark Schmidt, young kid controlled for years to come. Nestor Cortez, Marcus Stroman. We have a closer now that made the team a completely different looking team when we got him. Still got a decent bullpen. We got some young guys coming up there. We got a right side of the infield we got to fix. We got Jason Dominguez, Spencer Jones potentially on the way up. You kind of know what we're working with here. We're also gonna add. We do plan on making some moves. And then they could get to names, maybe Carlos Santana on a 1-year deal, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you do at second base, does Dominguez start in center field? But the fact of the matter is really simple. I could argue this with Mets fans all day. There's a difference in ball clubs right now. I'm not talking about results of last year. I'm talking about under contract. The players under contract are a major difference. It's a major difference. You're also talking about a whole year with Jazz. The couple of moves the Yankees made. And mind you, we're also, can't believe I'm going to say this, Mark Leiter Jr. You got Mark Leiter Jr. for a full season. That's a joke. Don't bring up Mark Leiter Jr.'s name at all when it comes to these negotiations. But you got a lot of good stuff on paper, man. Like it's an easier sell. And he just went to the World Series. Come on.
They have more pitchers than the roster thing show, because like Peterson pitched for them and stuff like that. So here's the thing. But I like that point. I don't know if Kev said it or Pete. I think Pete just said, one of you two just said it, that if you're a Mets fan,
yeah,
and it's the same thing that I was just saying as a Yankee fan, at what point do you just step back and say, well, how, like, why do we have to give this guy Ohtani money to come play here? Like, and I'm not saying, like, I'm saying this, I said it as a Yankee fan, but I feel like as a Met fan, I would feel the same way. Maybe it's a little bit different, right? Because to put yourself in the Mets fan shoes is a different thing, right?
Right.
And as a Yankee fan, it's very hard to do because however you want to see it, like, you know what I'm saying? We've seen a World Series in 2009. They've been to the World Series 2015, but they haven't won one in a while. Like, there's a lot of things that, like, you know, they're probably a little bit more anxious for. So maybe they would concede certain things. But I still think if I'm a Met fan and you tell me I got to give this guy more money than Ohtani for him to come here, then it's like, so he don't really want to be here. He doesn't really want to play here. It just matters. Like, it's just about what we can give him, and he don't really care. Like Lindor, you know, Vientos, all the shit that we're building, he don't really give a fuck about that. He just cares about what he's getting. Like, that's where I'm at as a Yankee fan. So you don't mind, like, hitting in front of Judge does nothing for you. We're at 600 and something million, but that's not enough. You need more than that. Garrett Cole, you know, Cy Young winner, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Looks like he's on that trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Louis Hill, rookie of the year, solid pitcher. Clark Schmidt, right on Louis Hill's ass. If he didn't get injured, we might have been talking about him as rookie of the year. Like, none of that does nothing for you. No, it's just the money. All right, then.
Well, and that's where you make, at the end of the day, where people are starting to feel this way, and throughout other fan bases, it's like, at what point do you want to come over and actually build something on this? And not even build something. You could argue that, yeah, the Yankees, you're adding Soto, they're in a good spot because it's a similar thing from last year. But the Mets didn't have a horrible run. They had a nice run. The fucking Lindor looks like he hit. You know what I'm saying? If they bring Pete back. So my thing is that at what point it's like, hey, we're winning over here too. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Why do we have to overpay everybody to come play over here? And at what point? And there are guys that you'll find that will take money, not crazy money, but they will take less money and play and build something, because there's guys that are still built to that cloth. But and this is where Boras makes things really uncomfortable for the player and sometimes for the team, because Soto might not feel that way, but he's telling Soto, I'm going to get you the most money. And if that's what's really pushing you, sometimes it's like you got to sit there and let him do his job. And we saw what happened to Blake Snell and Montgomery last year. So listen, I don't know how much it's going to take, but honestly, if the Yankees and let's say Mets and Yankees are at 600 and Cohen says, I'll give you the 650. And Hal, like we're saying here, Hal goes ahead and says, you know what? I'm going to match the 650 of what you did. I'll come close to 625, 630. And then at that point, maybe Cohen says, well, I'm going to 700. Are you serious? So I have to pay you the same amount as a guy who pitches and hits for you to come to play for my team?
But what? Here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do we know? Like, I get it that, you know, you got Baerga, you got a couple other fucking people out there who get their sources from the same place we cut our hair at. But like, what? Because this 700 number that's being thrown out, like, I want to.
Wild.
Can we talk about this for a second?
That's like that's like one of those myths. You just throw something out there to hype shit up.
Pete, where did this shit come from?
I don't know.
Juan Soto.
All of a sudden, it came out all $700 million man, and that's what he's shooting for. And like, I don't see it. What are we like?
Because here's my thing: 650, 660. It's a lot of fucking money. I would make the argument that it's a gross overpay. But I've also made the argument that Judge's contract, gross overpay. Cole's contract, gross overpay.
No, I'll push back on Cole. But go ahead.
They're all overpays. They're all overpays. I have a theory. We can't do it on this episode.
No,
I have a theory, right? Where I use WAR. It depends.
Oh, okay.
Pitchers, I use WAR, pitching WAR. There's numbers that I use, and then I tie it to a dollar amount, right? And then it comes out to fair contracts in my head. Everybody in today's game is overpaid. That's just the name of the game. If you want a guy, you have to overpay.
That's the market,
right?
Yeah.
But 700 for Juan Soto is nuts. With 700 for Ohtani, you could make the argument that you signed him for 350 as a hitter and 350 as a pitcher.
And I still think it's nuts.
Right? And listen, we love Soto here, Francis, but when you start throwing those numbers, then we got to come to reality and be like,
he's gonna be a DH at some
defense.
But that's what I'm saying, Kev. How much? Look, Él tiene 26. He's 26.
So
How
it's like,
much longer-
coño, bro.
How much longer before he's DHing? And not because he's unplayable, but at what point do you got to protect that freaking investment?
But can I also say that's why it makes even more sense to do it? Because you will have a DH spot opening.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's right
That's
there in
like,
4 years.
and that's why I'm like, if Scott Boras, and I talk about it a lot from the Yankee side, but shit, if Scott Boras did his homework, you could put the Yankees on the spot really easy. I mean, you could put them on the spot really easy. You know, for the Yankees, I think when there was the early rumor that the Yankees were saying, you know, we may not have the highest offer overall, but we'll make you the richest player annual salary. That makes a lot of sense too. Because again, the way I'm looking at it, if I'm on the side of the Yankees, is we know there's going to be an opt-out coming up, one, but two, a lot of these contracts are going to be coming off the books. So by the time it's Soto and Judge here and Garrett Cole potentially is gone, and those are the two guys there, I mean, there's a lot of shit off your roster. There's a lot of stuff off that roster at that moment. So things are going to look very different. Everybody talks about a tight crunch now, but Francis brought this up too. For 1 year, that's a different story.
I think you messed the words with shit and DJ LeMahieu's off the.
Oh, sorry.
But I'm gonna read.
Damn, bro.
I'm gonna read the super chat and I'll answer it. Pete.
Okay, we got a super chat. All right.
From Eric Grimace Clarion.
Oh God.
Pete, I respect what you do, but I feel it's a sad day when the Yankees are talking about if the money is close. And these, and shout out to Rube, the accountant, and Kiefer in the chat. These are the Met fans that we all talk about because they talk about it as well, where they don't care. They just want to throw money and have guys come over here or play, join the Mets. So you want to have to overpay everybody you sign to play for your organization?
No, definitely not.
That's,
they don't,
bro, that's disgusting,
the
bro.
smart fans don't want that shit.
I'm a Knicks fan. We
have
haven't
Yankee
won.
fans.
I'm a
But
Knicks
we
fan.
never wanted to do it as in when Cano left, we were all hurt.
Yeah.
And look
We
what
were
they
all
got.
hurt.
They settled for something that was garbage.
No. But especially, but Kev, we all remember this shit. As a Dominican, Cano leaving, that
Oh,
shit.
I know.
That shit fucking hurt because he was starting some. But when I saw what Seattle gave him, I was like, shit, I don't know. Like we had to give you that to stay here.
Thank you, Jay-Z. You Diddy Martin attendant, fuck you. I better sleep one eye open tonight.
But maybe two. Francis,
we saying Diddy too. I think you say it 7 times, and then somebody
now we go.
door.
Now we definitely gonna get
oil in the hand.
We're gonna get shadow banned for sure because you're saying Diddy. But to your point, maybe if the Yankees would have offered 200, they maybe would have stayed or 205. We really don't know. That's what he says after the fact. Cano said it in interviews after in podcasts. Yeah. But because what happened there was Cash was like, oh, we're not giving you more than 185. And he didn't budge from there. He didn't do anything after Cano and all that stuff. So that's and that's my thing where if that's how you treat a player, he remembers because damn, I gave my organization everything. Like I'm one of the best second basemen through this organization and you guys don't even negotiate with me. That's how you feel. So after you guys played fucking Roger Clemens $8 million to pitch 3 innings and have a 6 ERA. So I'm sorry when you look at that. So listen, to wrap this up in a nice bow for those who just want to throw money, if that's what you guys want to do and have a $400 million payroll, best believe the expectations are going to be real high. And if you guys are not winning, best believe that you might go through a drought that you're not going to like because I'm sorry, no matter how much money a guy has, if he's throwing money at it like he did with the AARP boys and Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander, how did that go?
Yep.
So not throwing money always doesn't solve the issue, my man. It just doesn't.
But Stearns isn't. Listen, they didn't. I've been saying this shit since they brought this motherfucker over. They didn't get David Stearns to sign bad contracts, bro. They just didn't.
Right.
They did it. That's not his game.
Right.
David Stearns is a G. All right.
We saw his game today.
Listen, exactly. Listen, you look at the Mets right now. The number. There's not really much that I look at, and I'm just like, damn, like. Shit, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. Like, I love being a Yankee fan. I love what we got with it. But when I look at Stearns, I'm like, shit, that mentality, that young, hungry, smart, and willing to learn still, Oh shit, man! What I wouldn't kill to have that shit in the Yankees front office.
Facts.
That shit is dangerous with the
Facts.
pockets that Cohen got and the mind that Stearns got. You think they need to pay Soto $700 million?
No. The Yankees do.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, not 700, but I've been saying, and this is
No.
something else I've been saying for a long time. The Yankees need Soto a lot more than the Mets do. A lot more than the Mets
they
do.
That's
Howell-
obvious though.
Howell
Any Yankee
Steinbrenner-
fan saying that's not true is lying to themselves.
Howell Steinbrenner with the super chat says, we match money and Cohen cannot beat the Yankees endorsements. Rich Squire says 6 years, 420, built-in opt-out, peak years only. Never in the world would he ever do that. He's definitely not going to do that. But another thing too, I do want to bring up, I think it was also a smart move today during negotiations for the Mets to go out there and get Jose Siri. Having him in center field takes a bit off of Juan Soto in right field. That's a big outfield in Citi Field, and Soto's going to have a time. There's going to be a lot of fly balls that go over his head, a lot of line drives. And again, we've been very fair with Soto. Right field at Yankee Stadium is like the perfect place. That or left field in Fenway. Those are like the two
hide him.
perfect spots to hide Juan Soto when the Yankees have that. So I thought that was a brilliant move today from the Mets to bring in Siri, because if you have another meeting, go, look, we just got a center fielder who is going to help you out there. He covers a ton of ground, some of the best range in baseball.
Not like the one that you
makes our
got
team
that drops
better.
the ball in the World Series.
Well,
Oh, shit.
I was gonna say I wasn't gonna go there. I wasn't gonna. Que Kevin se
It
pasa a veces.
it is what
se
it is.
pasa.
Wow.
Te pasa.
It is
Y
what
eso es
it
lo que hacen los aguiluchos. Siempre se
It
pasa.
is what it is.
Te
bro.
pasan.
That's
But
why I'm wearing a gold
Bájalo.
Yankee.
Bájalo.
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 Un poquito.
Un poquito. So,
Un poquito.
so,
Bájalo.
I was wondering, right? Because, they said Soto sat there. He had his questions. Do we think that Soto sat in that meeting and looked Hal Steinbrenner in the eyes and said, is Aaron Judge going to be playing center field next year?
There's be honest with you. There's a possibility that conversation could have happened.
And I
I
don't know where you guys stand with this. I don't want to see him in center field no more.
No,
I
we
don't.
talked about it. Hell no.
We've been saying it, brother.
And you
We
gotta,
with you.
and this is the time. Francis brought this up right. You're getting paid $40-something million. Shut up and go to left. You're not playing center field again. I get it. Oh, I want to be. Look, brother.
There's more value in you in
This
left
is-
field, bro.
This is when you do this. Finally, Fishman, come on. Bring out the calculator and everything else. Drop it on the table. Show him. Bring the numbers. Let him know why.
Unfortunately,
he can't
the range factor, the OZR, and the outs above average it's very, very low. You're close to Adolis Garcia and unfortunately to Oscar Hernandez when it comes to your
Boom.
defensive center field, Judge. And I can't continue to sit here. Do I need to say more? Oh, when it comes to your errors, I mean, one error, but it was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm sorry. So, unfortunately,
Not a center fielder. You're not a center fielder,
According
bro.
to my calculations, you're dog shit in center
Left
field.
field.
He's
You
not
get
dog
Soto
shit.
back.
No,
Put
no.
him in left field.
But-
Left field. That's it.
but
He's
that's
not
another
dog shit.
reason.
But he's not as good as he thinks he
No,
is.
no,
No, definitely not.
I'll say that.
And
But
that is the and would you argue that we have better center fielders?
Yeah, of course.
So
don't
then-
say that now because Dominguez can't catch a fly ball to some guys
Huh.
now. He played 100 innings the year before. He caught every fly ball hit to him, but now this
Okay.
year he drops one, and God forbid. Oh my God!
If you think Dominguez can't catch a fly ball, you're gonna catch these hands in person. Say that to me in person.
No, I'm sorry.
Say that
I
to me in
can't. I
person.
can't hear it.
'Cause
You
I'm
got to think
sick
of
and
fries.
tired
I'm
of
gonna
this stuff.
kick that
I'm
shit.
sick of it.
Ah! It's gonna go flying in the air.
I'm sick of this shit. He can't catch a fly ball because he made. Bro, how many? We sat there with Aaron Hicks for how long?
Years.
Come on now.
Years.
J-
And after
Dominguez
the Tommy
can't drop
John-
two. He can't drop two. But we sat there through Aaron Hicks.
Aaron Hicks had no arm and he gained some weight, so he wasn't moving the same anymore. He's like,
Come
that's
on,
it. I'm not gonna
don't-
move the
don't-
same anymore.
I watched IKF play shortstop, bro. Don't talk to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't
Facts.
like that shit. That
You think Garrett Cole wants him in center field anymore?
Can you imagine Garrett going, hey, Aaron, you catch that ball. We're out of the inning.
Aaron,
At the end,
I think next year, and we gotta have a conversation, Aaron. I really don't think you should be out there anymore.
I was pitching the best game of my career.
I was
at the end of
pitching
the
so
day,
fucking good, Aaron. So good, I was pitching. Did you see the heat?
Garrett, we love you. Just in
you
case
should have covered
see this,
first.
We don't want to buy because it's the problem.
Should have covered first.
This be the shit that they see. This be the clips that they be seeing. This is the problem. Because Garrett
Listen,
Cole, Pete, that's gonna be the clip that he sees.
Of course.
That's that right there.
I'm
That's
gonna meet him.
be
I'm
the
saying,
one.
yeah, Garrett.
Not what we talked about, how good he is. All that. No, he's gonna see that.
And you're phenomenal, and I think the best thing we can do is pop on some testosterone boosters and.
He just fucking made it worse.
I love you, Garrett.
I gotta say that him saying that to Judge, I'm just thinking about the Spider-Man meme. They're all pointing the finger because Cole should have covered first. And if Anthony Volpe says something, then it's three Spider-Mans looking at each other like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
now you know
come
Volpe.
on, bro.
Don't think nothing. That's the one thing about Volpe that you gotta love. He's adorable as fuck.
He's just like this.
I just love that. Even
but
I
just
hate
smiling.
I hate going back to the
fine.
World Series, but I love that Volpe was like, yeah, I'm never gonna get over this.
Of course, I mean, I get it, man. It's tough. I don't want to be in their shoes, man. So I mean, that's and to Judge, that was his one error all year.
Bro, I would need therapy if I was Anthony Volpe to go from the high that you were on after Game 4 to end up the way that was in Game 5. I would need therapy. Like,
Terrible. Hit that like button, guys. You got them 500 in here. Let's go.
Yeah, smack that like and listen, man. At the end of the day, it's gonna be interesting. I do think I like the velocity that this is going at when it comes to Soto. I do think that we're gonna get he's gonna get signed by winter meetings.
Yep.
Maybe even before. Who the fuck knows? Because
I think it'll be before or like the first day.
Once these numbers start coming out. And like the floor for like Tampa Bay Rays is like, I'm not fucking paying more. I thought we had a deal at $350.
I tell you, they got balls to go in that. I want to hear that meeting. They should release that for training purposes. I want to hear that negotiation. Well, we hope to be playing in the new ballpark by your 6th year.
Tampa Bay probably sat there and was like, look, we hear some crazy numbers. We can do 5 years at 5 years, $300 million. We're gonna give you a Kia Rio. It's yellow.
Matter of fact, the one that Francis Lee drove.
It's got great gas mileage.
Tampa.
We're gonna put.
Look, we're gonna get rid of Jose Siri. We're about to send him to the Mets. Don't worry about him.
Like the Sistine Chapel. The Sistine Chapel. It's gonna be you doing the shuffle on top of Tropicana Field when we renovate the roof.
We're gonna give you part of Pete's eggplant sandwich that has still been left here from Milano Market.
El Diablo.
We're gonna make you Mr. Ray, right? You're gonna be Mr. Tampa Bay Ray. We don't even have one of those yet. So imagine.
Matter of fact, the mascot is actually gonna be you. It's gonna be somebody dressed up in a Juan Soto mascot, and you're gonna run around the field with you, and we're gonna make the whole thing. Matter of fact, we're gonna become the Tampa Bay Sotos.
The Tampa Bay Soto. You're not even, and we're gonna have a Juan Soto day, not once a year, once a month, Juan. All right.
And Juan, you don't have to hear this anymore.
It's right in front of us.
Oh, so where do I sign? Where do I sign? Scotty, give me a pen.
Hey, Boston. Speaking, Boston with the meetings, right? Speaking of the meetings, man. Boston,
they're insufferable right now.
But you know, Boston knows how to fucking do a presentation and shit like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So they brought Cora, they brought whatever. Doesn't it feel like a miss though that they didn't get like Poppy or Pedro?
I think they got him on a phone call.
They probably
but you know what they said? But you know what they said, Francis? They called Little Dominican Republic Boston. No.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Don't compare the Heights in the Bronx.
Yeah, you can't. It's Washington Heights, bro. Washington Heights is Little
The
Dominican Republic. The Jets, Little Dominican Republic.
That was a drop. That was a mistake. It's like when
you can't be around here. You gotta park your car. Let me have a manga. I mean, come on.
When Yamamoto came to the stadium, didn't we do some stupid shit like that with Matsui? He wasn't here, but like they FaceTimed him or some shit.
Yeah, it was bullshit. It was ridiculous.
You don't do that. Like, and that's my thing. Like, Boston is really good, attention to detail. They've been good in these, situations in the past. I think it's a big miss. Like, you should have, if I'm Boston and I'm serious about trying to snag this guy from the Yankees and the Mets and the Dodgers, possibly, dogs, I would have had Poppy, Pedro, and Manny at that motherfucking meeting.
Facts.
Manny
Can I also say though that if any team outside of the Yankees and the Mets feel like a real dark horse, I really do feel like it's Boston. Actually, I think it's Boston more.
I think Blue Jays.
I don't know if they'll give him the money, but I'm talking about a fit. The fit to me is Boston. He's not going to go to the Blue Jays, first of all. Who are you re-signing? Are you bringing Vladdy? Like, who am I? So wait a second.
Even extend
so
Vladdy
here's my
Jr.
thing.
They're going to sign Soto.
Here's what I want to add. This is me. If I'm Soto talking to Toronto, this is very simple. So explain to me how I'm not Vladdy in the next 2 or 3 years. Same position. You guys had all these stars. What happened? Couldn't win nothing.
Well, Soto, I think that whatever happened there when it comes to
Whatever happened there, whatever happened there,
you didn't sign Boras, you didn't extend Vladdy, you didn't extend none of your guys.
My man turned into Larry David. Whatever happened there? I know that's not Larry David, but it sounds
whatever the Blue Jays said was undone the moment he left that meeting and text Vladdy Jr. like, Vladdy was like,
what are you doing coming here? Kidding me?
He's like, Juan, you didn't see me trying to get traded to your team last season?
He said you might as well go south of the border.
He said, look, y'all, I cut my hair and everything, bro. I took my comments back. You know I hate the Yankees, but I was lying my ass off trying to get out of Canada.
And by the way, too, I want to address this real quickly. I've had a lot of people. So me and Francis the other day, I told you guys about, if they did miss out on Soto, I really do. I believe you try to figure something out with Vladdy. You got the money. You sign him long-term, 48 hours. Yeah. You make something work. I had people in the chat go, you do know he doesn't want to be a Yankee. Folks, that has been debunked.
He rescinded.
He took that back. He's like, no, I talked to my father, and it's a stupid thing to do. That's it. I'll play wherever I'm going. Yankees are a great organization. And I mean,
took it back real quick.
100%, man. And I don't know. I don't know how you would lock both of those guys up, but I tell you what, man, that to me is the most, if you really want to win, that's the most logical backup.
I said that before, and we can transition into that. Vladdy has played now 5 years. He's played every single. Listen, the year he came up, he played 123 games in 2019, right? He losing the Rookie of the Year to one and only Ohtani. It was wild. And the MVP as well. So, then 2020 he played all 60 games. 2021 161. 2022, 160, 156, and 159. This guy plays as much as anybody else. Go look at his numbers. The fact that they didn't extend him once he hit 48 home runs, the next year he hit 32 in a down year, the fact that they didn't extend him there is very telling. And even though I think the Gold Glove was maybe a little whatever, I do still think he's a very good first baseman. So I don't know how the Yankees don't look at this guy, a guy who also has the vibrato we're talking about, the swagger, the guy that the villain that the Yankees do need, a guy who talks the talk and walks the walk like Vladdy. At the end of the day, I don't know how the Yankees maybe don't look at him next year if Soto's not here. So it's going to be interesting to see. But the Toronto Blue Jays really dropped the ball. You had a guy that you can build around, and you didn't extend them at all. What does that tell free agents? You have no plan.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. If I'm so, you could never convince me of playing in Toronto.
The thing is, not at all. They overlooked what they had already in house. They took them for granted. I feel like they took Vladdy Jr. for granted. They took Bo Bichette for granted. They took these guys for granted. You went and paid George Springer. Okay, nice. And then after they saw Springer get that contract, you don't think they were looking at, okay, our extension's got to be coming up here soon with everything we've done, right? No, they're whining and dining Ohtani apparently. Oh, Ohtani snubbed them. Okay, cool, that money's there, so maybe they'll talk to us now. Oh, still nothing? I mean, listen, people could call me crazy, whatever. I got a right mind to say that even if the Yankees do end up signing Soto, they still entertain bringing Vladdy in. If you sign Vladdy to an extension, it doesn't kick in until after next year anyway, which is when the Yankees have a bunch of money coming off the books.
Yeah,
Vladdy's not going to make. He's not making Judge money. He's not making Soto money. He won't be in the 40s.
If there is any rumor true about Jason Dominguez, you better be getting something really good back. I don't want to see Jason Dominguez dealt because there's two people in the organization who's concerned about his height and concerned about his defense in the outfield, which is all baloney, by the way. But we got a couple of super chats here. Old Sarge says, a Judge lost the center field argument the second he dropped that ball. It's kind of what we're alluding to. Also, Big Ant NYC says, Soto $31 million with Glaber money coming off the books alone gives Soto close to 50. So what's the problem then? We also have Rizzo and Verdugo money coming off the books. Danny says, salute. In my opinion, the Yankees are the favorites for Soto. Nick says, got history about Vladdy and the Yankees. Why does he hate us? It was just a thing when they didn't sign his father. And as a kid, he kind of made that a bigger deal than it really was.
His dad, it seems to me like Vladdy Sr. wanted to be a Yankee.
He did.
And
And Cashman wanted him.
He did.
Yeah,
And
Cashman
and Steinbrenner wanted Sheffield. That was different.
And George overruled. And this is one of those things where fans, there's a side of the fan base that gets upset when if George were alive, crew cut, because they're like, oh, but George made his mistakes, and that's one of those things where people bring up a lot. Like George overruled his GM many times and stuff like that.
I mean, Sheffield was pretty good.
Cashman,
Gary was good too.
I was gonna say he's an MVP candidate.
No, Gary was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think it's a fucked up situation the way it went, because I think Cashman and Vladdy had there was already conversations, and there was not a full agreement, but there was like an understanding, kind of like, we got something here, and then all of a sudden they signed Gary Sheffield. So yeah, you're gonna feel slighted if some shit like that happens.
And at the end of the day, I mean, also it's like, it's a little premature because he created stuff that wasn't there. Like we love to play the Yankees don't like to play us, and there was a little back and forth. But that wasn't in the podcast out there in Dominican Republic. He and his dad came out literally like 2-3 months later in the similar podcast and said, I don't know why he said that. He shouldn't say that. The Yankees are a great organization. You never know who's going to pay you. Right. And maybe he's overlooking that. You see things as a child, you keep it, you make it bigger than what it was. And then after that, he took a haircut. Very smart. And he said, yeah, I'm willing.
Hey, he
got ready.
He got on Ozempic.
Why gotta be Ozempic? Why can't it be a fucking? Why can't it be guineito con huevo sancochado?
Hey, yo!
Nah, bro. Listen, the shit that I hear about Vladdy's grandmother and the way that she puts down in the kitchen.
Hey, yo!
You're gonna need some Ozempic. You're gonna need some Ozempic with that type of food. I'm just saying. Everybody been talking about her food for years. Pujols.
Yeah, a lot
crazy
of people.
about that food.
Yeah.
I mean,
I tell you what, Vladdy's grandmother could cook for me. I'm ready, baby.
Oh, I'm ready. Francis is ready.
Oh man, calm down, Francis. It's his grandmother here.
Talk about
and we still got 45 here, so smack that like. Let's get to 250. But guys, is there a plan B with this? It's just as you guys think. I mean, we have to think about it. Is there a plan B that you think? Give me 2 names that you're okay with if the Yankees go that route this year, or if you're willing to, the Yankees be like, all right, we might go all in more on Vladdy next year. Let's just get a couple of guys and kind of punt this year. But I don't know how you can punt a year with Aaron Judge and Cole getting older.
You can't. My biggest problem with all the plan Bs and all that and plan C, D, E is
these nuts.
Is that too. But Brian Cashman.
Hey, yo.
He has not showed creativity. So as Francis was saying earlier, if you had a guy like David Stearns, I'll be honest with you, I'll be like, this guy, kind of he tries to make these smart deals and smart moves. I know people I am more than willing to pat Brian Cashman on the back when he does something good, but a lot of it is not taking anything away from him, but a lot of it is guys that were DFA'd. They're like, I think we could work something with him, and they come back good. Your Tim Hills, your Cousins. I get that. I understand. I'm not taking that away from him. What I'm talking about is being creative on the trade market, moving some salaries. You never see him move a salary. Very rarely do you see him move a salary in a deal like that. Like for a Marcus Stroman, you can see that make sense. But for me, it's tough, man, because where do you go? I mean, I think Vladdy makes a lot of sense, but let's be honest here. Would the Blue Jays want to make that deal? And there's probably other teams out there who'd also be willing to make a trade for Vladdy. So you never know. I do think if they miss out on Soto, I think they're going to go hard after Walker. I think Christian Walker is going to be a guy they're going to really try to get. Am I in love with that? I'm not in love with that, to be honest. You could probably make a strong case here that he's probably had his best 3 years in a row, and the next 3 years probably aren't going to be as good. Just based off his age. I think that is a fair assessment. You can also make a risk and talk about Carlos Santana at first base. I like Carlos Santana. But a lot of people in the chat been talking about this, and I like this move a lot more potentially, is Nathaniel Lowe. Nathaniel Lowe from Texas. I don't know if they would make a move like that.
He does mash lefties.
He hits lefties, okay. He hits lefties, so that's good. I know he's a very good defender at first base too, 6'4", I think. So a big guy over there. But the only way to really move forward is you gotta put things out there that make your team better with or without Soto. So what I mean by that is you improve at first base, you improve at other positions, you make your defense better, which of course Carlos Santana does. It's also a position you got no offense from. So that's going to change there. He's definitely better
For a
offensively.
while now.
And again, when you look around everybody else, I see, people talk about Alex Bregman, who wants a shit ton of money.
No, not at that price.
Not at that price. Not at all. So I'll be honest with you, man.
You're not that guy, pal.
It's tough.
Who's paying that?
You gotta be really creative. But for me, I would sign Carlos Santana right now without even talking to Soto.
I
give
would.
him
I
1
agree.
year, $12 million. 1 year,
Hell yeah.
14.
You'll probably get
up
it for
to
8.
14. Maybe, but like
At 38, 39, he'll take any money.
Add
If you did
incentives
2
to bring
years.
him up.
Correct.
Yeah, add incentives to bring him up, man. I mean, but it's hard to look at anybody else out there that goes, "Oh, that's a perfect fit." There really isn't many perfect fits besides Soto.
No, and my thing is, I like Nathaniel Law. I do. He does hit lefties well. But we're talking about plan B. We're talking about if Soto is not here, then you're losing Juan Soto, the vibe, the guy, the type of player that he is, and you're talking about Nathaniel Lowe. Talk about eating with no salt.
Well,
Jesus Christ, it's the one
look
like
at?
Yandy.
Oh shit! Yandy!
Give me Yandy. If we're gonna trade for a first baseman, give me fucking Yandy Diaz.
So you're giving up the D though. Hey, you're giving up the D. Hey, yo.
That's the thing. And that's the thing. It's like, look, hey, yo.
If you're gonna trade, if not, let's go Carlos Santana, because Carlos Santana gives you best of both worlds. 20 home runs, and he's gonna give you the D.
But that's my thing. We shouldn't trade. I don't think you should use the trade chips to get the first baseman when you got Carlos Santana.
I agree.
That's what I agree.
That's
I agree.
I don't think. Look, here's my thing. Look, love, you guys know. We don't even gotta fucking say. Everybody knows we love Yandy Diaz. I think that we don't ever have to say that again. People just know it. All right. Unfortunately, they didn't trade for him at the deadline. So at this point,
such a stupid move.
If he's real cheap, though, if it's real cheap.
At this point, though, even if it is cheap, it's like I don't feel like I should give any prospect capital for Yandy when I can sign Carlos Santana with touching none of my prospects.
Willie Adames.
Get the defense, and I get the
We didn't even
defense,
talk about Willie.
and I get the bat.
I'll take Willie for third.
You can't. I feel like if you're the Yankees right now, you cannot be sacrificed. If you're gonna spend money, you can't be sacrificing defense anymore. We're just not in that position. If Game 5 of the World Series taught us anything, is they need to take this shit a lot more serious.
Yep.
And listen, good name that Pete brought up there. I would if Soto's not here, I will gladly take an offseason of Willie Adames, Carlos Santana, and then maybe you can see where maybe Teoscar's price is, even though his left field wasn't great. But
yeah, I don't like Teoscar for the Yankees. I know that might sound crazy. I like Teoscar as a player. I don't necessarily see the fit. I don't see the fit. I mean, unless he's
a Santander guy.
At least that's my thing. If I'm gonna go with an outfielder, Santander is my guy.
If the price is right, I like Santander, but I feel like he's gonna really ride high on this year. And my thing is that I think there's a lot of bust potential with Santander. Teoscar has played in the bright lights. He's played in our division. You see that he can handle it. He killed us in the playoffs. He killed us in the regular season. He can play in the big moments. So that's why Teoscar is interesting. But I think he stays a Dodger, or maybe even the another team like
Let me tell you something.
But
this gotta be the way.
He could end up on the Red Sox too. Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah, good idea.
That's a real nice fit for the Red Sox. But let me say something real quick.
Teoscar and fucking Devers, bro.
You see what we're doing right here? If you're Scott Boras, you got to be doing the same thing. It's like, guys, let's talk about the options out there. And then let's look at this man right here, Juan Soto. What do you want to do? You want to up that offer or no? I mean, it really has been, it's a perfect time for him, because I don't care. I know some people go save the money and just get 3 or 4 other guys. It still doesn't feel the same. Exactly. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here.
Like, this is the off season a couple years ago that had all these superstars on it.
Yeah, Machado, Harper, this guy, that guy, Correa, Seager. We don't have that.
This ain't that.
Pete Alonso, fuck him. I don't want Pete Alonso on the Yankees.
Dogs, I saw somebody the other day talk about, I saw somebody the other day say, if you don't sign Soto, just go give the money to Burns or whatever. Give the money to Burns?
Fuck it. What, we gonna fucking lose 1-0 every game?
We'll lose in the postseason, and Pete Alonso will be on the bench meditating.
Kev,
You want that on
We
your
got
team?
6.
Come on.
We got 6 fucking starters already.
With no Japanese pitchers, we don't need
another starter. Like, I'm not saying that Burns isn't. He's a phenomenal fucking pitcher.
He's awesome.
Now,
He's awesome.
okay. So what are you doing with Carlos Rodon? What are you doing? You got Garrett Cole. He's not going anywhere. You're gonna move
If the
Rodon?
Yankees had a GM that could make trades and you're confident of it, I would be very, very excited to see what they could actually go out there and do. I
If you
don't
move
trust
Rodon,
Brian. You can move a lot of things. You could
and
actually move a
Stroman?
lot of things and still be pretty good.
If you look, Pete, I'm with you 1,000. If Cashman found a deal for Rodon and
I
found
wouldn't move
another
Rodon.
for Stroman and move those 2 guys out,
Get
and
liposuction together.
then
I'm
1,000%.
going with him.
They get liposuction together.
Yeah,
You forgot that,
this
Francis.
This spring, I'm gonna
It's gonna
finally
be-
remove this. I'm gonna finally remove this little tire down here.
Fucking
and me
guys,
and Carlos
bro.
Rodon, we're gonna do this together.
It's gonna be CCU, Chicago Cubs.
Your friends, can you imagine? And what were you on site at the liposuction office? Pete and
Fucking guy.
Rodon.
You're just gonna see me right there with the
You're gonna
camera.
see me on, they're gonna wheel me in like this.
Pete's going under right
Going
now.
under.
The doctor
And this is what this is.
I'm
This
not
is Pete.
supposed to be in here.
This is Pete. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I up? Yeah, Nitty.
Pete doesn't even. He's not. You. Every time you think Pete's waking up, he's not really waking up. He just wake. He's hitting the air.
You just hear this? I don't know. Hey.
Listen, and it's crazy that we're talking about the plan Bs and stuff like that, but we have to because there could be an alternate universe where Soto's not a Yankee anymore, and it is what it is. But I do like Willie, and then you get the stopgap at first because next year you try really to get Vladdy here. Now, when it comes to the outfield, if the Yankees really do believe, like I'm hearing Harrison, Bader. I'm hearing that they might non-tender or get rid of Grisham and pay Bader less to do the same job, basically ride the bench and play center field. But I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, I don't. The Yankees, Cashman,
Yankee.
yeah, Cashman's always loved Profar as well. He's a free agent, and nobody's talking about him either.
I didn't even know he was a free agent. I love Jurickson Profar. I loved him for years. I liked Profar for years. I got videos on him too for a few years.
He's got videos when Profar was in Texas, bro.
I do.
So yeah, man. I don't know where that's gonna happen. It's gonna be very interesting. I just want this to happen. I just want this to get over with because
Profar's gonna get paid though.
Padres can't let him leave. Though.
I don't think he's too perfect of a fit for them.
Padres can't let
fit.
him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a good fit for them.
yeah, but
But
so
there's like there's no like deal that you could. Honestly, it's if you really
Hasn't
did
the
miss
Mets
out,
got Profar?
bro. If you miss out on Soto, man, I mean, I almost sit back and go like, if the Yankees really want to, and maybe there's something up their sleeve. Maybe they know there's other things they could do that we don't know about yet. But Vladdy just seems like one of those moves where it's like, I hate losing Soto, but wow, I mean, that's how do you you can't really question mark that pick. That is a huge pickup. That's a huge pickup, man.
Shout out to Rich Rivera, who he had a mock where he said that the Yankees trade and get your boy Brendan Donovan. That
like
gets
Donovan.
you another lefty that gets you the leadoff hitter that the Yankees need.
Yeah.
He also traded for Nathaniel Lowe, and then he signed Bregman in the offseason. Now Bregman wants a lot of money. Maybe you switch the Bregman to Willie Adames, and then you get Carlos at first base, but you somehow get a trade for Donovan. I mean, the Yankees could go on out. The thing is that what worries me and worries us here in NYYU is, as much as people want to boast about Cashman and being good, which at times he finds diamonds in the rough, and we get that, and we got to attribute that to Matt Blake when it comes to pitching and relief pitchers. But what are the great deals that Cashman recently has done that you can say, damn, a great trade? We're gonna go Josh Donaldson, Frankie Montas, Joey Gallo.
And that is exactly.
I just gave him the props. I just gave him the props before I said that because he's good at that.
Yeah.
But at the big name or the
you're saying the bat.
yeah, Benintendi. I mean, we can go down the list. There's a lot of them, bro. Like,
no, Franchi Cordero.
you can't shop at the clearance rack for offense.
What's that
It
guy?
doesn't work. The guy who bangs.
Yeah. Who's the banger?
Voit.
You remember his
Willie,
name?
Willie Calhoun.
Oh,
Calhoun?
Willie Calhoun, yeah. He bangs, he
Willie
bangs.
Calzone.
Oh, baby, when he moves, he moves.
Bowers. I like
Boone goes
Donovan.
crazy. I
What do you
love
think
love Donovan. I
What do you
love
think a
Brendan
trade
Donovan.
looks like, Donovan? You got to get rid of Spencer.
Oof. Look. Let me.
I will
let me,
gladly
guys,
ship
look,
Spencer.
I said this 100 times. I want to be. Spencer Jones is one of those guys where I'm gonna let the Yankees shock me if they're correct, and that's not a knock. I personally see Spencer Jones and I have a hard time really believing that he's gonna truly fix all the issues. Is it possible? Of course it is. But I'm taking my bets with Jason Dominguez all day over Spencer Jones. No question about it. People seem to also tend to forget that Jason Dominguez is 21 years old. Like, I don't want to just make this here about Jason Dominguez, but if the Yankees are really looking at this of one of these guys are going to be part of our future, I don't know how the hell you make the assumption here that you trade Dominguez over Jones. I'm sorry. I don't see how you do that. And who knows what's available out there. Now, don't get me wrong. He hasn't upped his value at all. His value has gone down. I mean, Baseball America and other things, they dropped him a ton this year.
How do you not drop him with the way that he was treated down the stretch?
I mean, no question about it. So I mean, look, if the Cardinals called up and they said Brendan Donovan's there, I always look. I don't know how. I would love to be in a room and just kind of hear how these deals go down, because I think I would be a GM that I always look to make a deal bigger. I'd always want to add additional. I don't know if there's a reliever that maybe I don't know if Giovanni Gallegos is still there, but somebody that throws hard maybe that you can add along in a deal like that. If you're giving up a guy like Spencer Jones, I'd want somebody additional.
Yeah.
And of course, I know we got to give more too. No problem with that. But Brendan Donovan's a hell of a player. You talk about a perfect leadoff guy, even if it's him, Soto, Judge again. I mean, that's a major upgrade for the Yankees.
Yeah, people start talking about the bullpen. The bullpen's going to be definitely a point of interest for the Yankees this offseason, but I don't know if it's going to be some of the names that I see people throwing around like the Ryan Helsley's of the world and stuff. I don't
see that. That's tough.
Think
that's tough.
People, these people are going to get decent contracts. They're going to get decent money.
Let me ask you guys this real quick.
Aren't on paying relievers
Camilo Doval.
Can you see the Yankees trading one of their young starters in a major deal?
Yes.
Clark Schmidt, yeah.
Schmidt or Louis. I don't think Heel would be.
It would have to be a massive. It would have to be a massive deal.
It wouldn't shock me if Louis Heel got traded. That would shock me.
I think they trade Heel before they would trade Schmidt.
I can see that too.
And it would look horrendous if you trade a guy right after Rookie of the Year. But
if they were going to trade one of the two,
when has that happened?
I would bet the farm that they would be more comfortable doing Heel before they did Schmidt.
Which would you agree with that?
Me? No.
I keep Heel all day.
I keep Heel.
I'd keep Heel all day.
Yeah, if I'm thinking like the Yankees, and I think they'd move Heel. It's almost the same situation we're talking about with Dominguez and Spencer Jones. Like, I feel like they would move Dominguez before they would move Jones. They seem to be really high on Jones, not so high on Dominguez lately. I'm just more of a Dominguez guy.
Another point to what we've been talking about and what everybody's alluding. Oh, but the defense and all this, which is fine. I understand. Defense showed up to the Yankees in a horrible way this year. I got it. But the Yankees were the best. They won the Gold Glove team defense in 2022. How did they look? And that has been the Yankees' issue in the playoffs consistently, where there's guys that don't show up. We don't have a guy that nobody, like, as much as Judge is feared in the regular season, as soon as October hits, it's like he's, Waterboy?
Yeah.
What they see Judge turn into? He turned into a baby. There's no fear. No, and I love Judge, bro. Pete,
no, you're not saying nothing wrong. I say it all the time.
But right now, Judge, and
he's a punching bag at the moment, and it's not. It doesn't mean you hate the guy when you say so. It doesn't mean he's a bad ball player. Judge is the best ball player in baseball. Fact of the matter is, this postseason has been a real. It's something that's gonna stick for a long time. I mean,
and it really sucks
for a long time
because I think he was turning the corner, as they say. And if the Yankees win that game, he almost missed another home run that game too. Who knows how he goes off in Game 6 and then Game 7? We're talking about Judges played an amazing 3 games and somehow we don't know, but that doesn't happen because you took a peek at first. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna make a bet, what's the most secure bet? This is the most no-brain signing that he can do besides Judge, we wanted Judge earlier. We were talking about it earlier. You should have extended Judge way early, and you would have saved yourself a lot of money.
It's too valuable. Soto's too valuable to the Yankees. You know, that's something else too that we don't even know yet is how much money they actually brought in this year with Soto being here. They did over 640 something or whatever it was.
679. 679.
Is that what the number is now for this year?
They brought in
679.
that's their reported
like
revenue.
100 million more than the Dodgers. I think it was. The Dodgers did like 589, so 90 million.
So that's absolutely insane. So you hear something like that, and if you're the Yankees, I mean, there's nothing out there that's if you put your hat on and you go, all right, to get fans back, if I'm thinking about this via money, yeah, we're spending, but holy shit, are we making? I mean, there is so, and we talked about this when Soto got traded. There's so many ways you can market it that the Yankees haven't even done it yet.
No.
There's nothing Dominican in the ballpark, which is batshit crazy to me, which is completely wild. There needs to be if Soto's back. You gotta up the market to what's your demographics in the area. You've seen it. We were in right field with Soto. We did it.
And alcohol will so.
100%. Of course it would. And the Yankees need to see this in a way of it's too valuable, one, to the performance of the club, and two, to the amount of money that we're going to bring in as a club. It makes too much sense for them to walk away from this or for them to go, like Francis said before, we're not going to, we'll meet you at 25 million. Let's go 25 up.
If we know that he's going to get the opt-out that he wants, just give him what he wants.
And how does Soto want to go anywhere else? I mean, I don't believe it.
I don't understand that. I really
don't believe he wants to go anywhere else. I don't.
Yeah.
He's done a good job at being jaded. We don't know where he. We don't.
And
know
here's the thing too. We
know he wants to be a Yankee, and
when we had conversations, we're told the guy wants to win. Soto's not going to go to a bad situation for money. That is what people that know him say. At the end of the day, if you think that and you go, well, you know the Yankees are still going to pay him. But at the end of the day, bro, come on now, man. Like, you just went to a World Series. You're being protected by the best regular season player in all of baseball, man. Come on now. How do you not do that? Tyler Talbot, that's actually a pretty interesting move right there. That could make a bit of sense.
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat and give him Give him Everson. Like
Everson Pereira in. Make a little bit of sense.
Listen,
I like when I see smart trades. That's a smart one.
Go Up Academy says Dominicans are hard to promote. I don't know if he's trolling or not, but I don't think Fernando Tatis Jr. is hard to promote. I don't think Julio Rodriguez is hard to promote. I don't think those guys are hard to promote. Do you think how did the Yankees promote Soto this year?
What about
is he hard to promote?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Is Ellie hard to promote?
Maybe we're missing something for that comment.
Is J-Ram hard to promote? Is Devers hard to promote?
My man, no, you could pass him up. My man just said Dominguez can't hit. Yeah, goodbye. I can't. You got to have a little bit of education when you. And look, I'm not knocking anybody, but when you guys are talking about a 21-year-old that look at his AAA numbers at 21, one of the youngest players in AAA. Cut this madness out that the Yankees, and by the way, I blame the fucking Yankees because they're allowing this type of thing to happen to somebody like him. This narrative that he can't field and he can't hit, it is absolutely bonkers. It's nuts.
He also
it's nuts.
He also missed a whole year because of fucking COVID. Like people keep
exactly. You know how raw this kid still is. He's extremely raw still.
There's a generation of players that lost a whole year of development. And Dominguez lost it at arguably the most difficult time to lose it. He was just starting. He just got over here, lost the whole year. And then had to try to hit the ground running in 2021. Next thing you know, 2022, he's up at the end of the freaking, bro. I mean.
What is the hate on Jason? I don't understand it. I really don't get it, man.
The media's they've done their job with some people.
I'm going to say this.
They've done their job.
He's played 212 total innings in 2023 and 2024. He has one error. He has a 0 DRS. You guys are overreacting off one fly ball.
And the same game in Seattle, a Rosarino almost missed it. Yeah.
Because he's not used to the ballpark because he hasn't played there. Is that common sense? Is that hard to comprehend?
Yeah, let's just go ahead. Give him up. I've seen some trades out there on Twitter or across the planet here. Of moves that people would add Dominguez. And I'm sitting there going, are you out of your friggin' mind? Are you nuts? Go ahead and move him. Go ahead and move him and see what type of player he becomes. Because, again, didn't Topps just release a video about Jason Dominguez, about being a phenom, one of the young phenoms in the game? 21 years old in AAA, mind you. He was in the majors at 20.
Yeah.
What are we arguing here? You guys have no listen, we
talking about Spencer Jones OPS over the last 3 months. He's 24, 25 years old in AA with a 40% strikeout rate. Stop it. I'm not saying he's going to be horrible, but Jason Dominguez, stop losing this guy's talent. Stop ducking this guy like it's a piece of garbage. It's ridiculous.
It's asinine and
fried up Spencer Jones over easy. He's 24, fucking AA.
Spencer is a
Y'all done pissed off.
It's an eye test. No, Spencer, if you see him, you understand why guys like him. But the same thing with Jason Dominguez, where, okay, his numbers are great, but maybe some people who don't normally see him, they're just going off this year. Did you forget last year, the spark that he had? If they would have called him already. If they would have called him up earlier, maybe the Yankees still make the playoffs last year. You don't know that.
It's not like we don't
know what would have happened. We don't know. And by the way, again, the Yankees are the only team in planet Earth. The only team. And I've asked scouts this. I've talked to many people about this question here. They're the only team that would have just said, hey, buddy, come up. Guess what? You're sitting the bench. They're the only team that will call their top prospect up and say you're not going to play. What they should have done was left him in center field where he was supposed to be, where he played in the minor leagues the majority of the time. Leave him in center field, move Judge to left. You know, we don't have to work too hard here. If the Yankees brought back Soto, your outfield to me is set. You don't got to do any other moves. It's Dominguez in center, Judge in left field, Soto in right, and you're an improved club. I believe that. Anthony Volpe got a golden ticket. Jason Dominguez deserves his time.
A chance.
He deserves a chance. Why doesn't he get? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Give him a year. My thing is, we gave. I mean, I keep going back to this, but it's like I don't understand. We were forced to watch IKF at shortstop, right? Because they said we needed a stopgap because Volpe was coming. They made us watch Aaron Hicks all that time. All right. Like, why can't Dominguez be given at least a year, at least a season, in his actual position?
God forbid we talk about favorites on this chat on this.
No, I've been fighting demons to not say certain.
God forbid.
I don't want some people to quote tweet.
I want to throw this out here real quick too. The 179 average and 56 at bats. He also had a 313 on base percentage. The guy walks a ton. He has a great mindset for what he's doing up there. On top of that, he smacked the shit out of balls that were even outs. So everybody with this, oh my God, we're going to panic after 56 at-bats. Holy shit, I can't believe he can't hit. I'm sorry, man, but thank God some of you are far away from making any decisions on these teams. Like, I hate saying that, but come on, man. Like, it's insanity to me. The same people that would knock him will say Spencer Jones is the greatest. What? From what?
Listen.
I was told, before you go, just one more point, Francis. Remember when they were saying trade Jason Dominguez for Ryan Reynolds? Brian Reynolds?
I did.
I know you did. Did you see where his outs above average were this year?
Yeah, but why did I say it too? So I want to address that too.
Oh, no, what I was going to say is the worst outfielder in baseball this year was that guy. Damn. And these are the same people, not you, Pete, but other people that wanted to do that trade are talking about his defense. But they're not looking at Reynolds' defense.
For me, the deal was rather simple. If you're not going to play him, get rid of him.
No, 100%.
That's it.
Agree.
If your mindset is we get these guys up here, they just sit, they wait. Do us all a favor and get somebody you're going to play. That's my mindset. But now, where Dominguez is, they played him, they tried him there. To me, he just, like, it's not an option of, let's see what we could get for him. Man, play him. Play him.
Yeah.
Commit to him.
He's a fucking spark that you desperately need.
Not just that. He's a great fucking DJ. We don't even know what Spencer Jones' playlist looks like.
And Spencer Jones' mother is like heavy Sicilian. Like, the dude loves being Italian, half Italian. He wants to get residency in Italy. I love the guy.
Maybe he could play there.
He could.
Let me stop. Spencer, we love you. It's just look.
Oh, he would be Babe fucking Ruth in Italy. Babe Ruth, my man, would be in Italy.
Oh man, I can't. I those arguments kind of they upset me because it's like then it makes you have to pit people against other people. These guys are both in my organization. I want them both to succeed. I
Of
want them both to
course,
be better
of
than anybody
course.
else's prospects. I just hate when the media has people like looking at our own like they ain't shit, when it's like, bro, anybody with two eyes can look at Jason Dominguez and tell you this kid is phenomenal. He's box office. He has all the skill from other teams, bro. I've heard fans of other teams. I've heard Red Sox fans talk about Dominguez. I've heard Mets fans.
But we're playing DJ LeMahieu. We're giving him at bats because we invested.
It's like I don't understand.
And that's the thing that balls me about Brian Cashman and why I just can't
trust him.
I can't trust him, man. I just can't, because the things other teams, it's like you make it more difficult than it needs to be. It's really not that hard. I mean, even with sitting down with Soto, I mean, it's not my job to be Brian Cashman, but I really believe anybody could pull together a very good presentation of what this team could very well look like. I mean, that's why I'm sitting here going, I hope they checked in on Carlos Santana already. I really do, because to me, see how the Mets did Jose Siri today? I would love to see the Yankees lock in a first baseman before Soto. I would love to see that, because now you sit there looking at it, be like, look, to be fair, we all like Anthony Rizzo, great clubhouse guy, but we're getting a veteran who's a great defender and a much better hitter. This is a major upgrade for us. It's a major upgrade on a 1-year deal.
Tell you one thing too, you make a deal like that, it kind of helps in a lot of different ways, because it helps with that question that we brought up. It's like you're not telling Soto about ideas, but you're showing him concrete things. Like, yeah, we grabbed Santana. He's going to be playing first base this year. Won a Gold Glove. You know what he does with the bat. He's a switch hitter. I'm sure you're well acquainted with him. That we're bringing that in. And then here's what we have planned for the rest of the offseason, things like that, which I'm sure Cashman is not the biggest fan of, because he doesn't like to have to explain his rationale to people and shit like that or whatever. But I like that Hal really seems like he's open with that kind of shit.
And I like that Omar Minaya was there too.
I think that was really that was really underrated.
I like that Minaya.
How important that is. How important that is. Because
I'm hoping he's the next GM of the Yankees, by the way.
That would be great.
I think people listen.
I don't know if they go that traditional, but that would be great.
We were talking about when Hector said that if it's not about money, the Yankees won't lose Soto. If there's one guy I think that Hector could talk to, would have been Minaya.
100%.
But I'm just gonna sit here and to what you guys were saying. It's just, let's stop it with that. Let's give these. I think the Yankees do need to cut ties with DJ. We saw that Birdie can handle first. If you bring Carlos in, I'm gonna be. People were talking about then where Caleb Durbin if we get Willie Adames and Jazz. Trade Oswaldo Cabrera. Let Caleb Durbin be the utility guy. Waldo has one more year. Waldo has one more year before he starts arbitration. Trade him now. He has value. He's a great utility player. Yeah. Correct.
Value.
So like at the end of the day,
and he's cheap.
And I like Waldo, but you got too many guys with the same features. So what are we doing here? And to your guys' point is, we saw what Jason did. Listen, did the Yankees hit Christian Javier ever?
Shit.
What the fuck did Jason do his second at bat to Christian Javier?
The bomb.
Literally. Verlander.
If he took Verlander deep first pitch, by the way, great call by two guys. Great call. So
I know
again.
I know that they're friends.
Again, I can't wait to be smoking hookah again, calling games.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was great. Listen, play some of you guys, bro. The last time the Yankees played, a lot of their rookies ended up in being the core four. The last time we went into a transition year was 2016. We made the World Series the next year. Good things can happen from playing your young players.
Of course.
You can't just pick one guy and give him as much. Like, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Durant from the Red Sox. He had a horrible first year, and look what he turned out to be this year.
Phenomenal.
Insane.
They stuck with him though.
Give your guys a chance. Yes, give your guys a chance, man.
And that's the thing, man. Stick with something. That's what we're saying. Look, if I know they moved the goalpost a little bit on Anthony Volpe, but Volpe showed up a bit in October. Had a little tough stretch there for a little while, but overall he showed up. You got to trust some of these guys, and we've been talking about this for a long time. When Soto comes back, you're gonna have to go some youth. But it's not that they can't be creative to move salaries to add new players. That's my concern with Brian Cashman, because you could very well do that. Look, who's the dude that just accepted a qualifying? Nick Martinez just got $21 million. You mean to tell me teams are more willing to say, hey, Nick Martinez got 21 million. Marcus Stroman gets 18. Maybe the Yankees will pay a couple million off, and we get him to just be a regular consistent in the rotation, a regular constant starter, and maybe get him at 16 million, 14 million dollars. Yankees lose that, give it to somebody else. You got to be a little creative. They got to be creative.
You might not even have to pay stuff off the deal, though.
That's my point. I'm making the best case scenario for another club. It's easy.
It's 1 year with a vesting option for a third year. But here's the thing. If it's a smaller market club, yes, I could see them trying to get Cashman to say, hey, could we're interested, but you guys got to pay a little bit off that. Yeah, but you got to think about how attractive a guy like Marcus Stroman is to a team like the Cubs, where he went and had some success,
of course,
especially in that division. Not just the Cubs, maybe a team like the Milwaukee Brewers in the same division, trying to be contenders. You know what I'm saying? His numbers were good there. The AL East is the AL East, bro. Even the worst teams in the league have a freaking lineup that is a nightmare. It just is what it is. Yeah. It's not an easy division to pitch in. It is not fun. It is not easy. But if you're a team from a different division, Stroman's value kind of explodes if you're moving out of the AL East. So I'm sure that there's a deal to be made. But again, it goes back to the same point. Is the creativity there? Like, are they taking those calls? Are they making those calls? You probably have to make those calls. You probably have to initiate that.
Yep. And Go Up Academy says 7, 8, and 9 hole for the Yankees has a BA under of 185.
That won't be the case if you sign Santana.
But what does that got to do with 2025?
Well, because Dominicans can't hit, Pete.
Dominicans can't be marketed.
No. I mixed Dominguez can't hit with the Dominicans can't be marketed. I'm fucking around. Come on.
I'm just sitting here saying, we appreciate the support always, but 7, 8, and 9 hole for the Yankees has a batting average on a 185. What the hell does that have to do with the
Was that in the playoffs or something? I don't know. Like, I don't.
We didn't even have a consistent 7, 8, and 9.
I know, and if anything, it's Wells, Volpe, and Verdugo, right? At some point, so it's like, listen, I got to give Volpe more time. I think he'll be all right. What he showed in the playoffs was he has spurts of being a very good, being a solid hitter, and we all know what his glove can do. So
he doesn't have to be the man.
And correct. When he's at the bottom of the order, I think he'll be serviceable here. But Austin Wells went through what catchers go through and rookies go through. People got a scouting report on him, and he needs to make adjustments. Let's see how that's going to handle this year. So we're acting like this is nothing new. You got guys from other organizations where their rookie catchers. Well, we look at the Mets with their guy. He went through this year. So it happens, guys. This is baseball. What are we arguing here? So. What more reason are you talking about getting a guy like Soto? So, listen, at the end of the day, I want to shout everybody in the chat, 444 strong. Please smack that like. I wanted to get a 250 before we end up. But
where are we at on the likes?
We're at 235, bro. Like, what's going on?
We're gonna get to 2. We're 15 likes away from 250. Come on.
Shout out to Kamale. He says, isn't Juan Soto's dad a Yankee fan? Get him in the meeting. Like, his family.
I'm sure he was there.
They talked about how when he was, and I'm gonna share this because everybody's sharing he was a Boston Red Sox fan growing up, which is funny because Jansen Pujols had an interview with him where he said that Gio was talking to him when he played the Yankees the first time. The first night he didn't play because CC Sabathia was pitching lefty on lefty. They sat him. The next day he played and he went deep, and he can hear his uncles and his family cheering him when he was around them first because they were close by. So it's like that's the thing that people don't understand. We're friends, me and you, Pete, you too. You love New York. When your family's close by and you're living your dream, it's a trifecta, and it does have a price. As much as Boras wants to erase it, I'm sorry, but listen, you get millions of dollars, I'll live anywhere. Yeah, California, yeah. But you think if I can make a percentage less, 20-30% less, and still live comfortably or live near my family, I won't take that cut?
Well, remember too, it's also your culture. One thing about me, if somebody would go to, you're a ball player, where do you sign? Not just because I'm from New York, I'd want to be in New York. Some of the best restaurants are in New York. Italian food, legit Italian cuisine is in New York. Those are things you enjoy. Whether it's just, family is one thing, but of course there's little things out there that players like. We know his barber. is right there. You know, somebody's very, very close with. And for a lot of players, I mean, there is something there that is a peace of mind. To have peace of mind in New York means something. And somebody like Soto has all the pieces on the board to have peace of mind in New York. And that is not something that doesn't have a price. It's hard to get peace of mind in New York. When you're able to have that, it's very important. Very important.
Invaluable. You cannot put a price on that.
And Joe in the chat saying that you guys are acting like the Yankees don't have a lot of players to sign in the next year. You got over $80 million coming off the payroll next year, brother. Like, what are we doing here? You're acting like.
Who do they have to sign? Who do they have to sign over the next couple of years?
I don't know. It looks like we need 60 players. I don't know.
This is I got into an argument with a guy, a Mets fan that commented on a post from the Underground page.
I saw that. Yeah.
He was saying the same thing. He's like, "Oh, but all these guys you have to sign." What guys?
But who? I'm confused. Over the next couple of years, 2 or 3 years,
the majority of the team is under contract.
Mm-hmm.
Volpe is
Correct.
here. Wells is here. Dominguez is here. Judge is here. Cole is here. Rodon is here. Nestor's here. Heel is here. Schmidt is here.
Jazz might be the only one in like what, 2 years?
2
2 more years
That's
after.
what I'm saying. 2 more years after this. So I'm just that's a horrible take.
But my thing is, when you look at the payroll that the Yankees have when Jazz hits free agency,
Correct.
add
It's a big
50 million
difference.
to that. Add
Right.
50 million to that, and it's like 205, 207. What are we talking about? This is the New York Yankees. They're not going to have a payroll of $200 million.
Yeah.
They're just not. Not when you net 700 million in revenue on a down year, might I add, because since COVID, no team has reported the earnings that they had pre-COVID yet. Till this day, nobody's back at where they normally are. So that means that we've been doing this in down years. The Yankees are a team that's damn near going to net. You're talking about a decade, 2 decades from now, will be a team that could possibly net $1 billion a year. Do you understand? They're at 700 million right now. On a good year, they're at 800 million. Profit. You're going to tell me in 20 years they're not going to be making $1 billion a year? Do people know how much money that is?
Correct.
Yep. Agreed.
We all saw how the Yankees marketed Soto. The money is there. The jersey sales are there. I think he was he beat
so much more to do.
Yeah, I think he was top 5 in jersey sales this year, and rightfully so. The fans love Soto, kids love Soto. It'll just be it's a big lefty bat that they need, a guy that plays everywhere. Let's not disregard and act like the Yankees don't need Soto as much as Soto needs the Yankees too. Because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, I'm gonna continue to say this. He can go somewhere else. He can go to the Blue Jays, and he can go to the freaking Mets. I mean, what do we talk about Mike Piazza a lot? Do we talk about Carlos Bautista a lot from the Toronto Blue Jays? Do we?
No.
Do we?
No.
We always talk about Jeter. We always talk about Bernie. We always talk about these guys. Even before, like the guys that didn't roughly win. You got the Guardy is still a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? Melky Cabrera, guys who were here for a couple of years still. Soriano gets a bunch of love here in the Yankees. These are fans that are tentative. They love you when you produce, and they will remember you. And I am sorry. I do think legacy as well holds a little weight. But again, the Yankees are going to have to be close.
And then the one thing too that I'll say about this is, remember when Soto got traded for, we were hoping there was going to be the jersey unveil, the press conference. They didn't do that. The Yankees held off on probably a lot of stuff they're going to do with Soto just because they knew he's not on the contract.
Yeah.
So
I think that came from the other side though.
Potentially. But I think it's also a smart move for the Yankees when you look at it now to not do all that stuff. I know you want the picture, you want all that, but you will look pretty damn stupid if you just did a jersey reveal and you put the jersey on, the next year he's gone with another club and they're doing a press conference. It's ridiculous. But I think the Yankees were also maybe a little bit hesitant about marketing him even more so. I think they did it a lot, but there's probably some things they didn't want to commit to. That could be a couple of year thing. A lot of times when you do deals like that with vendors and things like that, you're not doing a 1-year deal. Sometimes you're committing for multiple years. So they may want to break this stuff out when Soto comes in. So I think revenue is going to go up when they sign, if Soto resigns. I think it's pretty obvious it's going to go up quite a bit.
I can't wait for the Chicharron bucket.
Oh my God.
Bro, I'm telling you, this
gotta build more bathrooms though.
This is common. No, it's a fact. They definitely need more bathrooms. They start doing shit like that.
And a lot of lemons.
You
Yeah,
bring
pour lemon all over that
You
shit.
bring Fritura into the stadium. You better put up some porta potties or something. Because
Hey, Charlie's in Dykeman, bro. Bring his truck over there.
he needs to be
Woo.
close by. I need to park him right in front of the stadium. I'm not gonna lie.
Phenomenal.
He's got to go. But that's why I brought up the point about the teams not getting back to their pre-COVID revenues yet, because back then, they said it's going to take a while for us to like really bounce back and get back to where we were.
Yep.
And slowly but surely, 2024, a lot of teams have come close, but nobody's really there yet. That means that the Yankees, even with everything they did this year, like they probably have accountants there thinking, well, in a real profit.
What's the projection? Yeah.
Like, hey, that's what I'm saying. In a real profit year, like let's really play. Let's really project what this shit looks like if we have him in a year when we're doing normal number. Let's fuck around and project what it looks like. Say we actually win a World Series with these motherfuckers here, and we get to sell that merch all through the holiday season.
Yep.
And
bro, come on.
And Francis, in 2022 they didn't make the playoffs, but if they had a guy like Soto, I'm pretty sure they make the playoffs in 2022. So you're also locking down a possibly of making the playoffs for the next 4 years straight, which is huge in revenue wise. You know what I'm saying? So we all saw what that did. It's just gonna be interesting. I hope it just gets done. I want this shit to be over with. I don't think it's gonna drag like Ohtani. Thank God. I think at the end of the day, once numbers start to come out, a lot of are in guys that are just doing it to appeal their fan base are gonna turn around and turn away, because the floor for Soto is gonna be too high for them anyway. So it's gonna be interesting, man. And I would like to get any while we start wrapping up here, shout out to the chat. We 2 hours strong, 450 plus strong, 500 in here. So smack that like if you haven't. If you're just joining us, go back and watch it. It's a great episode. We covered a lot, but I want to get you guys maybe your last thoughts when it comes to what you guys project when, and are you still feel good that he's gonna stay a Yankee, or have you guys lost with more time that it happens? Have you guys lost faith that he's gonna stay a Yankee? Anybody could go first.
Francis, when was the we did the Jordan interview? When was that? We did our interview with Jordan. Was that in June?
You're drinking a lot.
Am I crazy for saying August is too late? Right? That must have been
August.
No, August was Victus.
I think it was.
It was before the All-Star break. So
it was
then it was
before the All-Star break. Might have been
It
July.
was June. It was late.
Might have been July.
Because June was the Dodgers series and we didn't do it then.
So
it was probably July.
So no, it was July. It had to be
July. So I'll tell you guys this. I haven't changed on my opinion of Soto. I've been saying here for months now, it's the Mets or the Yankees. And if there was ever other team, that's the only reason I'll be shocked. But I based off everything we're talking about today and all that, I believe Soto wants to be a Yankee, and I think the Yankees are going to figure something out to make him a Yankee long term. It is such a miss on behalf of Hal Steinbrenner. I mean, look, it would be something that Hal Steinbrenner would.
It's real big.
It'll be a mark on your organization for years and years, and you're the only person people could blame. You can't blame Brian Cashman on that one or anybody else. I just think this is the only example we have of this, and I brought this up yesterday. The only example we have of this is Aaron Judge. And it was, Jira says it was August that we did. So you're right, it was August.
My first guess.
But
MVP, shout out to MVP.
Aaron Judge is the only example we have. And Hal Steinbrenner, what did he do? Made one call and said, what is it going to take to get this done now? I think the same thing is going to happen with Soto. I think they're going to sit down. If there's a back and forth, Hal Steinbrenner's going to pick the phone up and go, look, what is it going to take right now to get this done? I'm not going to keep doing this. And I think it's a fair thing for Steinbrenner to say. I wish I was in there. I would sit there and say, look, here's the deal, Scott. We've been doing this for a couple of weeks now. I want to make a deal that he's going to sign now. What is that going to take? But I need to know today it's signed. If not, I'll help you. I'll walk him to Scott to Cohen for you in the Mets. Good luck. Best of luck to you guys. If it's not done now, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. That's it. And I won't be mad. I'll come on here and say, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him.
Francis?
I'm just looking at the chat. These guys, they're funny. I haven't moved either. To be honest with you, I haven't moved either. I don't know. I can't go back to the middle of the season. When we did the Jordan interview, I was really like kind of up in the air with it just because of where the Yankees were at the time and how they were playing and everything. And I was like, I don't know if we're showing him, the best, just the best pitch of what being a Yankee could be like with the way that we're playing and shit like that. But they turned it on. They found a way, got into the postseason, all the way to the World Series, and that's all history now. But yeah, I think since the last out of the World Series was made, since all that, I haven't changed from that moment. And yeah, I still think Juan Soto is a Yankee. I don't have I don't have any inside information from Soto or from a camp or anything like that. I'm going with my gut, and my gut tells me that he enjoyed his year here, that he
Very much.
that legacy is important to him, that
Keyword legacy in a lot of different ways.
That there's a lot of exactly. That there's a lot of there's a lot of things that the Yankees can offer uniquely that other teams cannot, that don't necessarily mean money. And I also think that the Yankees, contrary to a lot of the reports that are out there, I think that the Yankees will have a representative offer on the table. There's people saying they won't go to 600, they won't go to this, they won't do that. I feel like all we hear is what they won't do, they won't do, they won't do, they won't do.
You never know.
For whatever reason, call me crazy, call me stupid, call me ignorant. I don't think that's the case. I think that when all is said and done, like Pete just finished saying, I think Hal is going to put a representative offer on the table that at least me as a fan, if he ends up walking away from that offer, I'll be like, well, you know what? I'm okay with that offer. Honestly, it is what it is. He got more money to go over there. He's a mercenary at the end of the day. Shouts out to him. Honestly, I don't want mercenaries on my team. I don't. That's never been the kind of fan that I am. That's not the kind of person. That's not what I want. I'm a Yankees fan. I love the Yankees. I love being a fan of this team. I want guys who want to be here. If Juan Soto wants to be here, then I want him here. If he doesn't want to be here, then I don't think I want him here. As crazy as that might sound, that's just how I am. I'm emotional or whatever. I'm a fan at the end of the day, and I fan the way that I want to fan. I'm inclined to believe, though, that he does want to be here, that his father wants him here, that his uncles want him here, that his family, everybody wants him here, and that he wants to be here, that being in Monument Park means something to him, that life after baseball, when you retire a Yankee, with that, all those opportunities that open up to you, means something to him. I think he's thinking about the long games. He's a smart kid. And I think all that stuff means something. And I think at the end of the day, I think that's what'll win out.
Can I make one quick announcement?
Dale.
NYYU Day, March 29. Tickets are now available. We already got almost 20 tickets sold. Ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets. The link is in the chat. We back in the Audi Club, baby. You know what that means. 5-star dining. I tell you what.
Lamb
it's
chops.
Something that you're not going to want. I hope they got the veal this year, the veal chop.
They might have Mangu this year.
Hey, yo. They might. But guys, get your tickets, man. It's going to be amazing. You see Medina saying he got his tickets already. Get your tickets. I can't friggin' wait. The Audi
Medina
Club,
don't play.
baby. Nothing like it. Opening day weekend. Opening day game.
Opening day weekend, game 2. Is it 3? Is it going to be 3 o'clock too? It looks like they're moving to 3 o'clock for the first 2 games.
I haven't
think.
seen anything yet.
I know opening day it's going to be 3 o'clock. A lot of people were pissed about that. I don't know why. Yeah. So
always early. If anything,
it's always 1.
They always made it a little. They made it a little bit later. I think that was better.
Francis, we out to opening day. Let's see.
Claro.
I really love the vibes opening day. I'm not gonna lie. So
We're be
great. So let's try to work it out then. Because
I am, but I don't know if I'm gonna do like a game season though because it's opening day, so it's tough for me to go to the game.
damn. All right, we'll see. Either one of us go. The other one does this is the game season. I mean, it'd be nice to Pete could go to the game and I'll do the opening day game season if anything.
Okay, a little opening day game season. All right.
But they're still 450 strong here, so please.
Smacky the likey, hitty the subby.
So you guys got the link there. You got more than enough time. It's an amazing event. A lot of people were talking about it last night. They were asking me about it. So there you go. There's the link. When we were talking about wrapping up when it comes to Soto, I got to play this because we haven't played this in a while.
Don't fuck with me, Al. Don't make a fuck out of me.
Every time. I mean, when I yes, we hear a lot. We have our own chats. We talk a lot about it. I understand it. I mean, there's a lot of rumors that come out, and it always goes up and down like an insane roller coaster. So
Up and down like a roller coaster.
I do think at the end of the day, and that's my thing. That's the big if, where I think that it just makes too much sense because you're losing if you let Soto go. The numbers that those two guys put up were Gehrig, they were comparing them to Yankee legends. This is possibly the next Ted Williams that you're gonna let leave Yankee Stadium.
Damn, bro.
It makes too much money. I mean, it makes too much sense money wise because he's very marketable. He hits in October. You can hide him in right field with that. I also think Soto does need to take a look, and I know people that Cano took a hit because he went to a bigger ballpark and a way bigger field.
That's right.
And his power numbers dipped. It caused him to do things that he regrets today. All I'm saying is when you go somewhere else, it's gonna hurt. It might hurt your defensive numbers. It might even. Soto's an Oppo guy, so I still think he's gonna be all right. But it's still, you're not hitting behind. You're not hitting in front of Judge. You're gonna hit behind the door. You don't know if Pete's gonna protect you or not. You don't know if they're gonna keep Pete. And if Pete walks because Pete wants a lot of money, and that's that one guy that they're not gonna overpay, who's homegrown, who's gonna protect Soto? I think Mark Vientos is gonna be great, but sophomore years are real. He might have a down year, so who's really gonna protect Santander or Teoscar are the guys that are out there that are available? So you tell me, if you're gonna opt out in
There's
4 or 5 years,
man. There's a lot of ifs.
that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna opt out, Pete, in 4 or 5 years, why not maximize your numbers with the best possible guy hitting behind you in Aaron Judge?
Makes all that people don't talk about that opt out enough,
Yes.
man. It makes all the sense in the world.
And the team that's gonna probably right now, you have to pick the Yankees to make the playoffs the next 3-4 years. I know Mets fans feel differently, but right now we're just going off history. Mets have made 5 postseasons in the last 25 years. 2 out of 5 years in Cohen, and Cohen has spent money, so you can't just throw money out there. I'm sorry. So Soto has a lot to look at as well as the Yankees. It's a match that makes both sense. And if he walks after his opt-out, I'm okay with it because you maximize Soto for another 4 or 5 years with Judge and Cole in their prime, and you went for it. So I'm okay if he walks after that, and he'll still have his number retired with 6 years playing in Yankee uniform because of the numbers he's going to put up.
Facts.
So it just makes too much sense for this not to happen. And as much as I talk myself out of it,
just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
It just pulls me back in, and I gotta say that I'm not more confident than ever. But these conversations are being had with his parents, with his family, with everything. I heard another ex-player say, "I play for a lot of organizations. I'm gonna make a video about it." But the way they treat the New York Yankees, the way they got security for you at hotels. They take you to and from your room. They take your family to and from their seats in the stadium.
Yep.
There's a lot of everybody talks about the Wi-Fi on the plane. Well, they don't talk about all the other stuff.
Yankees do a shit ton. Everybody knows that. And I just wanted to shout out my friend MLB Marathon in the chat. I've been doing this for a couple of days now. Simply look at the roster constructions of the Mets versus the Yankees. I think your better hope is by far the Yankees over the next couple of years.
Yep.
Because there's too many. You look, you can live off ifs if you want, but there's too many ifs. Like everything got to go your way, and it's a game of baseball where a lot of teams got money. So.
Yep. So I mean, to wrap up the bow on Soto for today, because we're gonna keep on talking about it. It's gonna be fun. I think it just makes too much sense. The Yankees need to figure this out. Even if it's maybe giving him more and less years because he's gonna opt out anyway. So it's gonna be interesting, but I think that the Yankees still, by him playing here and having that year, that's a slight advantage. As much as people don't want to say no, and playing with the New York Yankees. I'm sorry, but in Dominican Republic, nobody talks. Nobody talks about the Mets, man. Nobody talks about the Blue Jays. It's Yankees, Boston, and you hear maybe Cardinals and Dodgers. Those are 4 teams that you hear in Dominican Republic. I'm sorry, nobody talks about the other teams as well. So
It's been quiet for the Cardinals since Pujols left,
and for Boston. So it's like, so you have that this whole year. You saw how Yankee Stadium was. You saw Dominican flags up and down. It just makes too much sense all around. And I say that to say this, that the Yankees need Soto as much as Soto needs the Yankees, I think. And it's a match made in heaven. Frankie Mirabal, the voice of the Licey, El Tigre del Licey, said that legacy is a lot. Money comes and goes, but legacy stays forever.
Damn right.
So, and that was from a Dominican, one of the great Dominican narrators in Dominican Republic. So I'm sorry, man, and Yankees got to figure it out, Pete. So let's see what the Yankees do. I have seen. I do want to say this before we officially wrap up. I thought Pete wanted to say something else, but
No,
guys, when it comes to the Bronx or nothing, you are looking at it right here. Kev Cruz here will be the Bronx or nothing. Mario is no longer part of NYYU. Neither is John Lasagna. They're both not here with us anymore. NYYU, we continue to be here and show support. Thank you, chat, for being with us. 450 plus strong. Though, even though he is not here, it's going to be me with some guests. Pete will fill in Francis, or we might make this a thing where all 3 of us come on.
Triple threat.
A lot of people talk about it's a fun episode when we're all 3 of us on. So this might be
amigos, okay.
Who knows? But
Can I just say something real
Bronx
quick?
or nothing is not staying. It's not going anywhere.
We got the MVP's vote.
We got the MVP's vote. She likes the 3 amigos.
She likes the 3 amigos.
And if you got the MVP vote is hard to get.
That's what I'm saying. She would tell.
That's
She'd
a
tell
hard
me
vote to get.
very quick.
It's very hard to get that MVP vote.
That's very
You gotta be very careful with that one.
Hey, take it easy. I don't want to get canceled, Ove. I didn't do it. It was Francis.
I'm sorry.
I could just duck down and hide under my white wall here. Nobody can see me anymore.
Jeff J says it will come down to what really matters to Soto. Cohen can outspend anyone, but we made Soto feel special at home this year. Hal needs to make a strong bid. I agree. Vinny Scoops, welcome to the U. Join the Discord.
Vinny Scoops.
Kyle Malay gifted another gifted sub. Guys, join the Discord. We have a lot of fun there. Guys, we're still 12 away from 300. Let's just get there. If you just got here
on the way out.
But guys, you already know the Bronx or nothing will always be here when I'm not going anywhere. Kev is here to stay. Listen, bro, we're real one over here. NYYU has shown me so much love and has taken me in like a family member, like I was here forever. And these events that we have, a link below, by the way. Your boy's gonna be there, and just the amount of love that you guys show us there in the event, and you talk to us privately, where you guys make my day. I'm working. Sometimes I'm sad. I put you guys on. You crack me up. That's what we do this for. It's not for clout. This is why when you guys meet us, you guys solidify the relationship, because the same guy you see on this camera is the same guy that you meet at the events, and it just is. I mean, it's just why NYYU is going up and up and up and up. And no matter how much hate is thrown this way, we still knock it out the park. You got it? So
1,360 subs from 40K.
40K. Huge.
Some hate for later.
I know. It's too much hate. Too much hate already going on.
You really gotta save it. Like, I'll be honest. Like I love
You're
hate. Hate is amazing. Like, if you're growing and you don't have hate, you're doing something very bad. But all I ask is you just wait a little while longer, and you're gonna really hate. So just give it a little bit of time. Don't waste it now. Don't waste it now. Wait,
because then later they're not gonna have any more hate to give.
You
They
gotta
really,
wait, bro.
like keep some hate in the bag.
If you only knew what was up here being worked on, trust me, you'd wait too.
Yeah, this is listen. That head is not that size. Only just because God made it that way for a reason. Okay. Yeah, I got a big head too, Pete. So listen, bro. So there's a lot of ideas.
I got multiple.
There's a lot of ideas in the background that we'll announce to everybody. But thank you guys for being in game, Bronx or nothing. And guys, any final thoughts?
Pete got 2 big heads. Hey yo!
Come.
Guys, as always, it's insane when it comes to the Bronx or nothing. All right, this is why you got to join the Discord.
Yo, he's on the loose right now, bro.
We didn't even. We didn't even have stealing. Hey man, listen, if you guys are having dinner now and you spit your drink or spit your food, I'm sorry, man. We want you guys to have a good time. This is entertainment plus the Yankees, which two things are match made in heaven. Guys, thank you so much for showing up. We will continue to do this. Bronx or nothing is not going anywhere. NYYU is not going anywhere. You already know. We got something tomorrow, Pete? I'll let them know.
Yeah, Los. We're gonna have Los on tomorrow talking about second base, talking about center field. You're gonna hear a lot about Caleb Durbin. He's gonna set everybody straight on Jason Dominguez. By the way, he's been waiting to do this. So Los is gonna be going in on everybody when it comes to Jason Dominguez. All right, so be careful.
So be careful. Shout out to Los and Yankees Farm. That's one. If you guys don't know about prospects, that's an easy way to you guys to inform yourselves, see videos, see stats. Los is constantly uploading all that stuff for you guys, so you guys can not only talk without knowing, you can actually do some research and be like, all right, I was wrong, or defend your point. So shout out to everybody. Thank you so much. 3 away from 300. Smack that like.
Smack that likey.
Let's go.
Rah, what's up?
Rah, thank you for joining us. Macho King, Cow Boogie, everybody. The La Águilas won, by the way, Pete. So
my club. 1-0 on the Pete's reign.
Hey, mírame la cámara. Mira la cámara. Mierda, para el Licey, coño.
Viste, Jordan, viste. Lo que tú hiciste.
Hey. Mendy!
Shout out to Mendy.
Shout out to Mendy. All right, we out of here?
Let's go.
Peace.
To you.
We out of here.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my been ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging.